are so live, it's crazy. I mean, we're flying by the seat of our pants. Okay, we just want to deliver more content, more value to you, the viewers. Okay, enough bad content. Just carrot on a stick, kind of. Hey, how to make your music better? How to, here's what's wrong with the world. I mean, we're delivering value. We're delivering laughs, poignancy, food for thought, epiphanies, cold hard facts, knowledge, esoteric opinions on the world. I've been watching some old vlogs. I've been reliving my life today via on YouTube. You know, um, I wonder, is everybody? What do other people do with the videos on their camera rolls? You should just upload it. It's like having your photo album for the whole world to see. So I just premiered my new vlog. Maybe I should put that on in the background. I'm gonna do like a commentary track, I guess, for my new vlog. Or this was the show at Mehanata we did. I guess I'm just really bad at promoting things. It was a good show. We had a good lineup. It's just, oh yeah, okay. So, well, let me go back to the beginning. Uh, I'll do a audio commentary about the vlog and just sort of branch off from that. I mean, okay. So right before this broadcast, I'm just stressed now because I can't find my red shirt. There's this red T-shirt I have that, like, literally I probably wore like all winter, and it's just a nice shirt. It's actually not my shirt. My ex sent me a bunch of clothes from L.A., including this shirt, which was not mine. So, but it was a nice shirt, so I took it. And in any case, so I've been rewatching these vlogs from like kind of last year around. It's kind of interesting to see what you were doing. I mean, it's August all of a sudden. The summer's basically over. It rained all week. I mean, though, even though in New York summer kind of lasts, I mean, it definitely lasts till Labor Day weekend. But I mean, I haven't even gotten into the ocean. We really didn't go to Long Island. I was gonna do all this kind of Long Island summer. We didn't go there. What the hell did we do this summer? I don't know. Watch Jim Belushi movies, I guess. And been working on books, doing shows. I mean, last summer I had the whole concert series. I had the Labor Day telethon. It was like every couple weeks I had a curated show that I was doing. Young Ethels. We did the Otto Shrunken Head show. I did the Jefferson Market Library thing a few times, starting last August. And I don't know why I just don't have that same energy or lineup this year. I guess this year I was more focused on, I had a few feature type, like I had the Billy Lamont Medicine Show. That was 15-minute kind of set. What the hell else did I do? I mean, the Lonesome Launch thing at Tibet House, that was like a pretty big deal. There was like 80 people there. God, was there anything else that I did between? I mean, of course, the Poetry Festival is its own kind of main event, but God, have I been? And then just doing the open mic every week, of course, keeping that running. That's one reason why I don't necessarily overextend myself too much, because it's like I still have to keep that. That's like running hurdles every week. It's like every Monday, I've got to jump a 4-hour long hurdle and be able to juggle all these personalities and not have the show just totally collapse because I just can't deal with it that week. um, and at this point it's pretty nice income, really. So now there's an incentive for me to make it as popular as I can make it, and blah blah blah. Try to max out the profit margin and the sales. Um, Now that I'm basically a stakeholder, shareholder, or whatever. God damn, what the hell did I do this summer? Is the summer over? I mean, it's early mid-August. Did we get everything out of summer that we could have? I mean, there was the potluck reading. That was another big one. You know, I mean, I guess I wasn't work. I don't work that hard. Although I'm always rotating the crops, and you know, I do videography stuff. I was doing those art gallery videos. I'm always vlogging and sort of the background of everything, whether or not people pay that much attention to that, or if it's that interesting to other people. Um, the open mic every week, of course. The my writing projects, publishing books, doing readings. You know, pretty much for the last 6 months, I've had important, big deal kind of spots every couple weeks or so, and so I've been kind of just like, you know, doing all these things at kind of these different rhythms where it's like I do a pretty good number of videography things. I do the open mic every Monday. Uh, and then you have like the bigger spots every couple weeks. We went to Montauk, of course. That was sort of our fucking summer right there. I've been to the beach a number of times this summer. You know, that has been kind of a cool dimension to have. I've just got such a little window of time. It's like I really only have Tuesday through Thursday to even do anything. And after Monday, I basically, you know, don't recover until Wednesday. I'm committed to doing this at least twice a week. To, you know, so controversially, I put my entire poetry set in this video, which I probably should not have done. I probably should have edited it because it's like 10 minutes, and it's right at the beginning of the video. I mean, 5 minutes into the video, there's like a 10-minute poetry set of me, and like, I took a gummy and I'm yelling. My posture's kind of weird. I'm just kind of a weird middle-aged guy. So I don't know if that's going to turn people off on YouTube, probably. I should have edited it down. So I'm rewatching these vlogs from last year. It's like I did keep a lot of stuff out, to be honest. There's not that much of me doing readings, which I had you know, like that reading with Philip that we did at that coffee shop near Columbia. God, maybe I should just go to sleep. Nobody's watching. I'm tired. It's pathetic. I should have 100,000 followers by now. I guess I need a better setup. This is just not going to go anywhere with this stupid fucking, really trashy looking setup. So I can't find my fucking red shirt anywhere. But I didn't include anything from that reading. You know, there was stuff I could have, but I think I just wanted to streamline it to just kind of the life events. But you need, you know, the poems kind of tell the narrative, and they kind of break it up. It's nice to have a little bit of a sustained couple minute thing. I mean, 10 minutes is kind of a lot. You can't, you know, to expect an audience to sit there. But it, like I said, it kind of tells the whole story for the rest of the thing. All the stuff I'm talking about in this reading. And a lot of it is in my book, so I've had so much, you know, I've been doing so much this week, I guess. You know, I live streamed Tuesday, and I gotta finish my book. I had to get a cover for my book, Vigilante Justice. So here it is. You know, that took me a little while to draw. And I had to, you know, kind of like go in and fix the typos and kind of just like revise this book, which I'm trying to get out. You know, because my last book, War Commercial, that was 6 months ago. Not that anybody fucking read it. It's probably my best book. Or one of them. This one is good too, Vigilante Justice. It's exciting. It's well done. It's got the whole Montauk sequence. So I probably should have put Montauk or something on the cover. I don't know. I just had this vision. It's kind of like the Warriors. I don't know. We watched the Warriors a couple. I don't know. My titles have gotten really aggressive and kind of off-putting. I should have called it something, I don't know, Museum Cities, something a little more likable. War Commercial, same thing, and like that was a little bit kind of intense and off-putting, I feel like. See, this goes on for a fucking while, and I'm yelling, and I'm middle-aged, and it's just the whole thing is problematic in a lot of ways. And these things are not easy to bounce. It takes a while. It's an hour and a half of video. The files can be huge. I think this one is like, it said it was going to be 25 gigabytes. I'm not sure if it's actually that big. I don't think it's actually that big, but it's a big file. So it's like, there are certain things that I would go back in and change, and maybe, if you want to make one little tweak, you got to rebounce the whole thing again. It takes hours and hours and hours. So it's like, I probably should have uploaded a version with 2 minutes of that performance, just the best 2 minutes or whatever. But it's kind of uneven. It's all over the place. So like the ones from last fall really don't have that many. They've got a lot of my stand-up comedy. I recorded every single one of my stand-up comedy sets and uploaded it. And so they're in there, thank God. Those are probably way more embarrassing. The thing is, I had a good thing going on with poetry. Like, I really didn't need to pivot to comedy. So I'm watching these old vlogs, and, like, they're full of, like, there's so much footage of, like, comedians. And they're cool people, they're my friends. But I'm like, I wanted to document kind of a poetry scene. That was my goal coming back from the pandemic. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this for 2 hours. I'm too tired. I feel like I should just go to sleep right now. Maybe I'll get on tomorrow. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Maybe I should do this like during the day tomorrow or something. I just need to sleep. I'm not like excessively fatigued or anything, but my fucking sleep schedule is so out of whack because, like, certain Mondays I'll be up to, like, 4 or 5 a.m., and it's like you have a lot of energy from the show. That's one thing that's different about this year is, like, last year I was way more down to stay up late, and stay out late, stay at the open mic. I wanted to go later, wanted to hang out with people after. Ever since those guys sort of jumped me on the train, that kind of changed my trajectory. Where it's like I really don't want to get on the train after 1 a.m. Definitely not after 2 a.m. if I can help it. Certainly not at 3 or 4 a.m. That's the worst time to go. And so mostly I haven't been staying out late. Mostly I'll get on the train at 11 o'clock or whatever, come back out here. Maybe 12, maybe later than that, but the open mic, it ends at 1 usually, so I'm trying to get on the train as soon after it as I can. I'm not really, that kind of just changed my my feeling about staying out late, and I didn't want to be vulnerable in that way, and it kind of ruined the fun of that, So like watching episodes from a year ago or whatever, it's like there's tons of people out on the stoop after the open mic hanging out and stuff. And it can be like that now, but I don't know. I'm more of just like trying to get home and not have any fucking drama. The other thing I noticed is I just look way different. I look way younger. My face, because of this fucking tooth thing, just my diet, my face is like puffier. Don't have as much dimension. My eyes are puffy. My hair doesn't look as healthy. I've got more gray hairs in my beard. Like, way more. My glasses, of course, are different. It's like, did I buy the glasses because I was, like, deciding to be, like, an old guy? It was sort of a joke about being some old comedian or something. I feel like I've kind of got the comedy thing out of my system. Well, there was this article today about streamers just throwing money at stand-up comedy. And how stand-up comedy is like this hugely booming. If you're Bill Burr or whatever, you get paid millions of dollars for. Or he just put a special out on Hulu. So now I guess it's content for the internet that is cheaper than like a series. You know, producing a whole series is like really expensive now. Whereas stand-up comedy, it's like, well, comparatively, even paying Chappelle like $20 million or whatever, it's like compared to the fucking Irishman, that's a drop in the bucket. And it's like he's gonna get, you know, probably maybe the same amount of view time or something, maybe more. Who knows? Um, and so I think that's one reason why so many people are throwing their hat in the ring and trying it. They think they're gonna be the next Bill Burr or Chappelle or whatever, Matt Rife. Speaking of which, they just announced today my boy David Mamet back on Broadway. Glengarry Glen Ross. I mean, is this really a surprise? They're gonna do Glengarry Glen Ross every few years. It's every generation kind of has to have their own. And so it's Bob Odenkirk. I'm assuming I don't think they announced the roles, but I'm assuming Odenkirk is going to play Ricky Roma because of Saul Goodman. It's sort of a similar character. It's like a slithery, fast-talking, whatever bullshit artist. And it's kind of the star role of the play in a way. The play has a lot of great roles, but Ricky Roma, for whatever reason, kind of gets special attention. Pacino, Liev Schreiber, I think, played it. They did it a few years ago on Broadway, in like probably 2005 or something, with Liev Schreiber, and I think Pacino did The Machine. He played Roma, of course, in the movie, but I think he did The Machine. Shelley Levine on Broadway a few years ago. So, of course, I mean, the play is timeless. It's the greatest play about capitalism, I would say. And better than Death of a Salesman. Well, I don't know. It's probably the best modern play about masculinity, what capitalism does to masculinity, the positions that these guys are in, the different attitudes they sort of take to dealing with, you know, having to basically just get water from a well that's run dry. The leads are weak. The fucking leads are weak. You know, certain lines of dialogue from that play have become, you know, sort of part of the lexicon. ABC always be closing. First prize is you're fired. And who else? Bill Burr, I am assuming he's going to play Moss. I think that's great casting. He's perfect for Moss. All you have to do is kind of be ornery and just like bitch about stuff. And then Kieran Culkin, I'm not really sure. Is he going to play Williamson? Is he going to play... Who's Kieran Culkin going to play? He's going to play Aronow. He's going to play... Because the Alec Baldwin character is not in the play. The play is pretty simple, really. There's three scenes in a Chinese restaurant, and then the second act is in the office. So I don't know who is Kieran Culkin going to play. He's going to play Jonathan Pryce's character, Kevin Spacey's character. We'll see, I guess. But that ties in the secession thing. You know, they like having these secession people in these, like Jeremy Strong was just in Ibsen with Michael Imperioli. So they're tying the prestige television into Broadway. I think that's smart. You know, the prestige television, these probably are the closest things we have to like modern Arthur Miller or whatever. Modern, or, you know, whatever movies they were making, The Misfits or, you know, Elia Kazan, whatever. Michael Imperioli, The Sopranos, it's probably as close to that stuff as we have, you know, in our lifetime. You know, recently. I didn't really watch Succession. It was it was a little too. I think somebody said something. It was like Arrested Development. It was like basically the same show, which you can't unsee that, you know. And so I thought Succession was a little broad. The things that I saw, I only watched like a little bit of it to just see what it was like. I have Max, but Max is like, it's not really, it's kind of weird because HBO, I don't know if it's still affiliated with HBO, I'm assuming it is, but HBO has just totally ruined their brand. What was important about it, it was the original paywall, to be honest, but it was worth paying for. The whole culture wasn't a paywall, though. It was like you had the basic cable package or you had network cable for free. If you wanted HBO, you'd pay for it. You'd get Gary Shandling or whatever. The Sopranos. Um, but now it's like everything fucking. So it's weird that HBO has gone the other way, where now it's like a fucking TV network where there's like commercials and shit. I get it for free with my phone plan. That's how ghetto it is. I've got this ghetto phone plan, Cricket, and somehow I get HBO Max with that. Can anybody tell what this is? Can anybody, like, I kind of like that it's maybe like not going to get copyright bit because it's kind of weird looking, but it's also like, does this add anything to this? I don't know. I'm just trying to market, demarcate it any way I can. I love my vlogs. I do wish I had put more poetry in the fall vlogs from last year, but I also think I was trying to make them quicker, and they were quicker. I was surprised how easily I started watching the episodes. God, what did I start with? Kind of right after the Weezer. Like when we went to Yale and shit. Terrence Malick's Catcher in the Rye. I think I started with that one maybe. And then, I was already at Christmas or something, basically, by the time when I stopped watching. So I don't know. The culture's going to catch up. They're going to start watching. So August 13th, I'm going to say, even though I think I started Scenes from Life a few days earlier from that. I think it was actually like August 7th or 8th. But let's say the first episode that's on the playlist that's public is August 13th. So I'm going to say that's my 10-year anniversary as a vlogger. I've been in New York City performing seriously, presenting my own work. I do consider probably my 2014, really that play that I did, the Will play. That was sort of like my old self died and I was reborn. And I was presenting my own work to people, to audiences, live, in person. That's when Holy Smoke started right after that. And I started vlogging August 13th, 2014. So I've been vlogging for 10 years, vlogging hard. I did win an award. I won the First Amendment Award. So, it hasn't been completely without accolade. Even though almost nobody watches, especially in my early vlog. It's like kind of shocking how low the views are. It's like 16 views. It's like, Jesus Christ. How can this be? I mean, I would encourage people to go back and watch the old ones. I don't know if they are just spoiled and they have gone bad and they don't even have retro value. Maybe 10 years from now they'll have like a vintage, like, wow, remember the early 2010s? Check this out. That's what Ashley said when she saw my early Scenes from Life. She said they were very of their time. Which, I don't know. I thought they were really going to hold up. I thought they were going to age well. I don't know. So I encourage people to go back and start from the beginning. Go back to the beginning of my Scenes from a Life playlist. There's a lot of playlists on my profile. I don't know if anybody ever explores this, but I do encourage people to go through, the entire Scenes from a Life Plus network. We are basically all our own streaming services now. And so my entire library is on YouTube. You can watch basically every gig I've done for a few years. You can watch poetry readings I've done for years, pre-pandemic, KGB, and the fucking, there's a poetry episode from 2017 that's really interesting with a bunch of poets who reading at KGB and shit. And there's all these playlists, right? I made all these playlists that are kind of programming different Scenes from a Life. They're like curated. So it's, there's over 200 episodes if you just go into the master playlist and see all of them. And the ones, since 2018 are pretty long. They're all like 2 hours long or something. Or some of, the 2019, the movie episode is pretty interesting. It's like 5 hours, 5.5 hours. That's maybe the longest vlog I've ever made. Because it's literally an entire year. But I think that's cool. I think that's an interesting um, work. That's an interesting to just be able to sit and just see an entire year in 5.5 hours. That's actually pretty amazing. And just see it play out in real time without explanation. That's one of the things that's interesting about watching it. It's almost like seeing a dog without its collar. It's just like you're just seeing life as it is, almost like we're plants or, in an aquarium or something, where it's like you're seeing us grow, you're seeing us develop in real time, you're seeing the seasons change, you're seeing the liveliness of the world kind of squirming all around us, and us responding to that, and just the coursing, the unknown path of life that life takes, and our will to do the best that we can, and its failure to meet our vision and expectations. But yeah, check out some of the playlists. Like I've got one that's like solitude, where it's like episodes that are sort of like about silence and aloneness. I got episodes about my family, a playlist about that, a playlist about friends, playlist about New York City, playlist about travel episodes, you know, um, whatever you're into. And there's other kind of playlists too, right? Like you can check out all the System Lord, because basically what I was doing in System Lord was like YouTube DJing. So all the samples and shit that I would use were on YouTube. And so I've got all these System Lord playlists of just whatever I was creatively into and trying to collage at the time. Um, the open mic, of course, is like a punctuation throughout it's like a tempo throughout the vlogs recently, where you're seeing that change and all of the amazing thousands of performers that have come through, the body count, the Easy Paradise body count. So I'm trying to figure out, I think our 100th episode, we've done 100 open mics, I think September 2nd. So we're going to do a 100th episode spectacular. And then our 2-year anniversary is like, whatever that would be, September 16th or 23rd. So 100 episodes is pretty, and they're 4 hours long, right? So it's 400 hours of YouTube content. And I don't know. Do people go back and watch the old open mics? Are they watchable? Is it just so lo-fi? I mean, I do have people compliment me on the camera. Somebody the other day said that thought it was cool that I filmed it on a camcorder. They were kind of like a really cool, cutting edge, style person, aesthetic person. So they're into that sort of thing, I guess. But um, oh yeah, I don't know. This is the most recent vlog. I just finished editing this. It was kind of fun watching the old ones. Because like that stuff is always in your head and it's not that far in the past. So it's like you don't always want to watch the thing that just happened. But after a year, you're sort of like, okay, let me go back and just see what was I doing a year ago. What advice can I give to myself about how to live this time? What was I doing a year ago? How did it go? What were the weather patterns? How can I do better or different? Or my life is subtly different this year than it was last year. Last year I was spending a lot of time, and that's what my Central Park book is about. We were up there a lot. And the Weezer cruise, of course, was a big part of it. We went to Yale. That's in the show. Going to New Haven. So it's the travel log in that regard. Okay, so no one is watching. It's raining outside. What are people doing? And I was even going back and rewatching some old live streams, which I don't really do. It's hard to watch the live streams because you're just like, that's something that you're like, okay, you're really just like viewing yourself without any filter. It's just like, okay, I'm running my mouth. Sometimes I'm saying shit that's probably too revealing, too much candor, or maybe I'm just like being a bore. Uh, have I oversaturated the market on the live streams? It seems like less people are watching now. But I was watching the one that I recorded the other day, walking around Manhattan, where I'm talking about this book, right? Among other things, I was talking about Kamala, and it was right after the Democrats had sort of taken back the momentum. And I gotta say, I thought it was pretty good. It was funny. There was a lot of funny stuff, and there was interesting stuff. It was interesting to see the walking around. I watched it for probably about an hour and a half or something. I was like, this is pretty not bad, you know. But the video quality is not great. It's kind of blocky and muddy. Um, I should have gotten down in that studio downstairs this week. I've just been kind of lazy. Well, I've been have so much other stuff to work on. It's like I've been really trying to finish this book. I've been contemplating this book. I've been having to keep. I put out the new vlog. The new vlog is what? It's an hour and 28 minutes. So it's like, even though I don't comb over it, that many times, you can. It's too long. I really can only watch it maybe twice or three times before I bounce it. And basically, what I'm trying to do is just make sure it flows, make sure there's enough. The way that the vlogs are structured is there's sort of like clusters of interest where it will sort of take focus for a moment on an image or a conversation. Something sort of poetic will happen. Like there's a really nice shot in this of these dogs in a fire hydrant. It's like that's something that would be hard to. You could put that in a movie and it would be nice, but it would seem probably like an affectation or something. It would be like a Terrence Malickism. Whereas in this, I don't know. It just feels like part of life, and it was just such a beautiful image that was just a found image. And so things like that, that's when I start filming. It's not like I'm just filming all this boring shit. Like this, for instance. I went to this part of Brighton Beach I'd never been because I was going to this roll and roast place where they have these roast beef sandwiches. I saw it on TikTok. And so I was just exploring this area where I've never been, and I came upon this really nice, it's like an inlet or something with this nice bridge. And so, like this is a painting to me. A lot of what I'm trying to make with my vlogs are paintings, right? Just kind of nice visual music, visual kind of soundtrack. Something you can have on while you're doing something else, editing or writing, or like when I was drawing my cover, it's like the vlog is actually a nice thing to have on while you're, because it's like it gives you ideas. So this, I just thought I would love it if like Bob Dylan watched my vlogs and paused it and painted apparently that's what he does. He gets his subjects for his paintings from movies and shit. A lot of his paintings are from like William Friedkin movies. He's got like all these paintings that are based on like the French Connection and shit. So that inspired me to be like, okay, well, I just want my vlog to be like potential paintings that Bob Dylan can paint. So it's like I saw all these nice sailboats. There's this nice bridge, this nice blue with the lamps. It's a place I'd never been before. Something visually different. My show it's such a clutter of Manhattan, and it has been for the last few years, that it's just like this endless kind of maze of boxes of buildings in Manhattan. It's nice to have something that's a little bit of a break from that, something different sticks out. It's like a visit to a different neighborhood. And these birds, of course, super poetic. I don't know. Is that just something that's interesting to me? Anybody is filming those moments for themselves. Does that have any kind of intrinsic value to there's no plot, or like, what is the plot here? It's like I'm just walking around filming myself on this esplanade. But I don't know. They have a very interesting. This is Sheepshead Bay, so this is like where fucking Larry David grew up and shit. And they have a nice little touristy with all these restaurants and shit there. So I thought, okay, this is kind of interesting. It's like traveling. You know, I recommend New York. I think is one of the best places in the world for that because of the railroad network. It's like inner city traveling. There's so much of New York City that I haven't seen. You know, there's so much of this city where I haven't been. I mean, I think it would be cool, just like go to every neighborhood. You know, I really haven't been to Queens even that much. There's a lot of Brooklyn I haven't seen. It's like that's kind of crazy. I when I walked through Bensonhurst after System Lord practice the other day, it was like that's the first time I'd ever been there. And so it's like, okay, I'll fucking Rolling Roaster. You got to get the cheese whiz probably, but I didn't really want to eat cheese whiz. It's extra, it costs extra. It was expensive. I think I paid $13 or something for a roast beef sandwich and fries. And it was okay. It was very dry. So I wasn't that stoked about Rolling Roaster. Maybe I'll go to fucking Arby's tomorrow. We're going to the My Dinner with Andre restaurant, so maybe I'll start the day at Arby's. I'll go to the Drama Bookshop or something and then go to Arby's. Get one of those au jus. I don't know. Is this cover too creepy and aggressive? I had an image where the guy had no pupils, and it was just too. I don't want people to think I'm a nutcase or something, but I think it's kind of the right amount of weird and intense. You know, it's not like psychotic, but it's in that like David Lynch area. Apparently, David Lynch has emphysema and he cannot direct any more films. I don't know if that was a fake video that I saw on TikTok that was just manipulating me, or if they said that he tweeted about it. I don't know if this is true or not. Do people? I imagine there are Lynch fans out there in my viewing audience. Not that anybody's viewing. I mean, I've got nobody. Where the fuck is Adam S? You know. My views are a little down as far as like the live streams. I mean, it's summertime, so it's like there's a million different things that are competing for your content. And everybody's in fucking Ischia or Greece or Mykonos or Ibiza, except us trash people who are left behind in the luxury rapture of the successful hot people leaving the city. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. It's August. Things sort of pick up again. I think in September, October. That was one of the reasons why I was watching that sort of corner of the year in my vlog, because it's like I was sort of just trying to. I mean, we got a psychological. It's hard. It's hard to believe. The summer's basically we're more than halfway through the year, and it's gonna start to get cold before you know it. 2 months from now, it's gonna start to get cold again. It's like, oh my god, here we go again. Another fucking, turning the merry-go-round of New York, getting nowhere, doing slowly building brick by brick an empire. It's like we're still growing. It's getting exciting. I want to, I don't know. For me, the challenge is like to embrace people's success and to be happy for other people's success and not just feel like you're cut out of things or you're not included on things or you didn't take advantage of things that maybe you could have, you know, it's just about, this is great that all this is happening and people are being creative and there is this whole community and infrastructure of events and venues and support and interest in each other's work, people reading each other, people learning from each other, people originating their own culture rather than just buying into some kind of esteemed, that's why we came to New York. That's why we do this anywhere, is to just like be in a culture that's alive and sort of generating rather than reading about it in college or something. You know, we are the fucking Bohemians. We are the ancients. Um, yeah, so check out my YouTube playlists. You know, check out Project Duck's Visor. That's like a playlist of um, the videos I include behind, you know, which are meant to be sort of like a psychogeography of time, the moment in time that we're in, scouring, combing the uh, the atmosphere and the events of the day for meaning and for the unconscious poem of our society and our lives. You know, what is the great poem that we're living? What is the meaning of all of it? What is the mythology? We are living mythology. You know, what is the meaning of Trump? What is the meaning of Taylor Swift? What is the meaning of poetry in New York? What is the meaning of New York? What is the myth of New York? You know, we are living this kind of magical Pygmalion changeling myriad kind of existence. Griffin. And so that's what I'm trying to do with my poem is like kind of divulge the skeleton key of the hidden meaning or the things that feel significant that tell the story of power, how things are organized, why we have to live the way that we live, why things look the way that we look. You know, the fairy tale of being alive and the realistic. You know, I don't know if our I do think that our lives have like meaning. I do think that there's like uh, a poetic dramatist kind of thread underneath everything that happens to us. And so how do we so you know, meditating on that, analyzing that, unpacking that is like the joy. Just endlessly, what does it all mean? You know, what is spending all this time in Central Park and frolicking and learning from our poetry teachers, doing these readings that are nameable. You know, I want it. So yeah, this is the shot with the dogs. These are the dogs playing in the, you know, which of course dogs are one of the recurring themes of my recent curiosities. Which you know, of course, that we watched the Jim Belushi Canine trilogy. I think it's cool that Belushi made a movie with dogs. You know, there's not that many actors. The actors think they're above working with animals and dogs. I think it's cool that Belushi. It's kind of a hack, you know, like movies with like orangutans in them. There used to be this show after WCW Thunder, which was like it was a show that was starring monkeys. It was literally like a half-hour comedy show. It's just instead of people, they had monkeys, like monkeys acting out different comedy skits. This was the best that Turner Broadcasting could do at that time. Followed wrestling, so that shows you the type of people that were watching. People like Hulk Hogan. So anyway, acting with a dog is sort of like that. It's like, okay, it's a fucking kind of a cheap laugh. See the dog like cover its face or whatever. But in any case, I mean, animals are magic. There's some of the, you know, some of the last magic we have left in this world. Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah, so that's one of the threads that runs through this, right? I wanted to include. So that was a good example of like a cut that kind of ties the thing together. I'm sure people are noticing that when they're watching my vlog. But it's like a cut, and that was just totally by chance, right? That's what I'm talking about when there's an element of chance to all this. It's just like I kind of let the moments that speak to me happen when they happen, or whenever I open up sort of the magic window of the camera. You know, it is like a portal. Didn't Orson? There's some Orson Welles quote about that. Like, camera is like I don't know, an eye. It has to be an eye in the head of a poet or something. But it's like when you open up the camera, when you hit record, you are opening up like the spirits. You're opening like this Pandora's box of like anything could happen. You know, you're creating this kind of other energy, this like vortex, this sucking black hole of the camera. Like, people get nervous. You can just feel it. You can feel when a camera goes on. You know, everything kind of goes red, and it's like having an on-air sign or something. Just like, okay, we better not fuck up. We're on the air. And so you get tense and you get artificial. You get awkward because you're being recorded. But then it's like, so it's like with that, it's like I had the clip of the dogs, and then I had the Jim Belushi dog movie. You know, with this, I want to have a record of like, this is my experience. We watched all these fucking movies, and so I tried to record off the laptop screen. You know, not too much that my whole vlog becomes about that, but enough that you kind of graze what we've been watching. You see, okay, Jim Belushi's a recurring thing, and then when it pops up in the poetry or the other work, it kind of okay, I saw that, you know, in the life, the K9/11 movie or whatever, and then here it is in the chat book, Vigilante Justice. Yeah, so I just finished this cover today. I don't know who that guy is. He's playing hockey, you know, in the street, I guess. I was kind of I was inspired by the Lou Reed Take No Prisoners album cover, which is like a trash can in front of a brick wall, and a guy standing there. I don't know. That's such a huge inspiration for me, the Lou Reed Take No Prisoners album, which is sort of like an aggressive stand-up comedy audio commentary track over his own music, which is super like quaaluded out and just like massive. These huge saxophones and drums and background singers. It's live. It's live as hell. So it's like a stand-up comedy special. But it's all improvised. He's just fucking spieling and riffing on his fucking music. It's incredible. I mean, people hated it when it came out. I'm not sure people like it even still, but you guys should go out and listen to Lou Reed Take No Prisoners, one of my all-time inspirations and favorite albums. Because it's just so, he's just getting so much verbal jazz and poetry. You know, Lou Reed is a poet. He studied with Delmore Schwartz, so it's like everything that he says kind of you know, it's like him in that movie Blue in the Face. It's just like, because he's a poet, it's like everything he says kind of has this careful alphabetical consideration, and it's been thought through or something. It's coming from like a deeper descriptiveness of experience, maybe. I don't know. Because that's what he works with all day, you know, his language. Lou Reed, one of the things I like about him is he writes the way that people, he's sort of like Giorno, where it's like he writes about these characters that are New York tough, kind of provocatively obscene and dangerous, but he writes the way that they talk, right? It's sort of all been out of shape and jammed together, and you know, a lot of times he'll put too many syllables in a line, or it won't rhyme or something. Because Italians need a lesson to be taught. Yeah, so that was what I ripped off for my cover, Vigilante Justice. I'm not sure. I don't know if my covers really reflect the attitude within the book. This book is mostly about Montauk. I don't know. I should probably talk about something relevant to the culture at large. That was something that was interesting about. Nothing has happened politically recently. Apparently Kamala is like really winning in the polls. She's up 8 points. And apparently, that's what I heard. I don't know. So, smooth sailing from here on out, guys. No, I'm sure it won't be, but moment, shall we? Yeah, I look a lot different than I did, especially like since in March, my tooth kind of like at the end of March when I did that open mic, that at Carrier open mic out in Long Island. That was the last open mic I really went to because we were in the car on the way there and I threw up because I got dizzy because and I just like I was feeling nauseous, so I had to get out of the car and I threw up in Rockaway Beach. And then even at the open mic, I was like, I don't even know if I could do this. I'm gonna get dizzy on stage. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna throw up. It's like I needed food. I needed water. I probably got an infection. I sort of had a fever. I sort of had cold sweats. But I did my performance, and I scared the shit out of those people because I was so crazy. But that was really the last open mic I did. That was at the end of March. And that's when my legs started to get fucked up. And my face started to change. My beard started to get more white. But I don't know. Apparently Kanye is addicted to laughing gas. Oh yeah, so I was reading this thing about Eugene O'Neill. I went to the library yesterday and I pulled all these books. One of which was Library of Congress or Library of America Eugene O'Neill plays. And of course I read the bio in the back. In the back they have like a chronology of the life. That's all I read. I don't even read the shit. I just read the bio. And so it's like year by year Eugene O'Neill's life. He was born at Broadway and 43rd Street. His dad was an actor who had success playing the Count of Monte Cristo on stage. But that was the only role that he could play. People didn't really like him in any other role. But he made a whole career just playing the Count of Monte Cristo his whole fucking life. Sort of like, didn't John Barrymore do that with Hamlet? It's like he was playing it when he was like 80 fucking years old or something. He's playing Hamlet. It's like you just need one role. Or you did. You know, now we live in the age of mechanical reproduction. So it's like, there aren't those jobs. You can't just tour on the Count of Monte Cristo your whole life. It's like, they film you doing that and then they just play it in reruns forever. And you become old and you sign autographs at a convention center. You know, you're typecast. That's what people you remember as, but you know, once again, it's like we need all these artists. We need all these musicians and writers and actors, and it's normal for people to write their own plays and put them on and tell their own stories, actually. We've been dominated by these bottlenecked, gate-kept, where it's like the only plays that matter are Broadway plays, and so you got to do those everywhere. It's like, or the only actors that matter are famous movie stars. The only musicians that matter are famous, you know, Paul McCartney or whatever, Taylor Swift, Chappell Rowan, and it's like, that's the era where people could reproduce themselves and become famous on a mass level is relatively recent. People used to have to entertain each other in cabarets, in small rooms. That was about as far as your music went. There was no amplification even, let alone radio or transistor kind of transmission of the work to give it this popular culture, mass media power where people become super famous, super celebrity gods. You know, before it was like, you might get famous, but it wasn't like you're fucking in every fucking living room in America like Chappelle or whoever. So I'm reading this bio of Eugene O'Neill, and it talks about, I forget, sometime in the 30s, he had some kind of dental work done. It says this in the Library of America fucking edition. He had some kind of dental work done, and said dental problems plagued him for the rest of his life. I don't know why they would put that in there, but it must have been a real pain in the ass for him. I Googled it. There was no information to sort of back that up. I don't know where the fucking Library of America got that, but I gotta get a Eugene O'Neill biography, I guess, and check it out. So I can have something to relate to. Well, I don't know. I heard the other day, it was the last line of some fucking movie we watched. I forget which movie. The last line of the movie was something about, I think it was, okay, we watched Heartbeat. That's one I didn't mention the other day. Heartbeat is a movie about the Beats. To be honest, it's probably the best movie about the Beats. It's probably the best one that I've seen. You know, not counting like Pull My Daisy, the authentic Beat stuff. I have not seen the On the Road adaptation or Big Sur, which are sort of like the Malick Beat movies, it seems like. The post-Malick sort of Beat movies. They always cast the wrong people as Jack Kerouac. Like, John Hurt is a great actor, but he doesn't really look anything like Jack Kerouac. And Jack Kerouac was like a fucking movie star. You know, he was a very good-looking guy, and he had kind of a charismatic voice. He had a very memorable kind of person. And they never, you know, they always get some dickhead who wants to go over the top playing Allen Ginsberg. Like in this movie, the guy who plays Allen Ginsberg is the same guy who's in Willie and Phil, which is a Paul Mazursky remake of Jules et Jim. Ray something. And he's Nick Nolte is a good Neal Cassady. I will say that. And the movie is it's a good looking recreation of what their lives were probably like. You know, it uses a lot of nice San Francisco locations, the cars, and it just treats them kind of like they're real people. It's told from Sissy Spacek's point of view, so it's almost like a Badlands. It's a lot like Badlands in certain ways, stylistically. It's a Sissy Spacek voiceover, so that's like Badlands. She plays Carolyn Cassidy, I think. And they live in like suburbia, which I'm not exactly sure if that's true. I don't think that they lived in like this kind of cookie cutter suburbia. I know that Neal Cassady lived in like San Jose or San Rafael or something when he was worked on the railroad, because the railroad's out there. And Kerouac worked on the railroad too. That's what Pull My Daisy's based on. They had this bishop over to their house. That's why Larry Rivers in Pull My Daisy is like dressed as like a railroad guy, even though it's in New York. It originally happened in San Jose or something, but I don't think it was like the suburbs. You know, I don't think it was like these subdivisions with like these one-story cookie cutter houses like they are in this movie. But it was a good movie. David Lynch is in it apparently. It's the first movie David Lynch was ever in. But it's probably the best sort of just like realistic portrayal of what their lives were like. It's not the sensationalized like sexy Gap commercial about the Beats and they're getting kicks and making out with Kristen Stewart and shit. It's like, it's just kind of feels more just like a movie about the real people rather than the kind of like the way that they were self-mythologized through their kind of like active, adventurous fucking grandiose kind of whatever. So yeah, Heartbeat. Yeah, so check out my playlists, my YouTube playlists. One of the other things, right? This is something that people were asking last summer for a reading list of recommended like things to read, poetry. And I do that, you know, I do the book of the day thing. And I talk about poetry a fair amount on here, where I will mention specific authors, specific texts and whatnot. But for the reading list, I put together YouTube playlists. Because my theory is video literature, right? Video is sort of the new warehouse of, or, you know, just what, not necessarily that it's the new, but it's also a depository of language. And, you know, YouTube as this sort of free worldwide public access station and slash archive, free online surveillance archive. You know, I want, especially for people at open mics, especially for people reading poetry out loud, I want people to think about writing as sort of an auditory listening experience, performance experience, durational, or that's one of the most um, you know urgent methods we have to transmit poetry, to transmit story, narrative, food for thought, consciousness, the news, up to the minute artistic experimentation, projection, predicting the future, trying to work on the cutting edge, trying to move, trying to colonize the future, predicting future mainstreams, right? Kids aren't reading. They're on iPads. They're being raised by iPads. JD Vance is having sex with the couch, and his children are being raised by iPads. And not that I don't think reading's going to go away. Reading is a big part of the internet, but books will probably become more of like a niche item, like vinyl maybe. They're just too expensive. You can send your literature everywhere through fucking. But also, what playwrights are kind of working in a space where it's like they're writing language to be heard, but it also kind of has this literary value, this kind of literary density, thought outness, and poetry, right, is the same. It's kind of like a soliloquy that the playwright writes for themselves, or it's a this is something Philip said, and I definitely feel this way about, is it's like it's almost, the readings are a one person show. They are theater. The poetry readings are theater. It's just all the voices are coming from one place. And I think that's important. For me, it is when I try to split these things up and put them in characters, there's a kind of beauty to that too, but it's different. It's like having a chessboard or a glass menagerie. Whereas, like, when it's all within this one box, this one vocal cord, this one voice box, this one persona, one mind, it has, I don't know, kind of a more mysterious quality, more disembodied quality that kind of makes it, I don't know, it's schizophrenic, that's kind of mystical and scary. But it's also, it feels more, I don't know, like timeless or something. But it's also, I don't know, that kind of reflects experience, like it really does all come from you, right? Like all the characters are the author, right? That's the cliche, is like you are your characters. You are every character you write. And so that's a way of sort of underlining that or making that literal, where it's like we are stuck in this box of ourself. We cannot get out of it. Our experience is going to take place within the vessel, the cube that we're trapped in. And you can't really push your way out of it. And so having all of this language and all of the narrative and all of the dialogue and all of the dream and all of the whatever it is, music, come from one throat feels like a part of what you're trying to say. So yeah, I put together these playlists that I'm proud of. That's why I'm mentioning it. I guess it's a pathetic thing to talk about. But I'm encouraging people to check out these playlists because I mean, there's not a shitload of stuff on them, but like, there's a lot of interesting things on YouTube that like probably do not get seen that much that are like worth seeing like as far as their literary value. Like fucking whether they're talks or Gene Shepherd radio fucking addresses. I put a bunch of Carson's Tonight shows from New York on the syllabus because it's like there's not that many of those that exist. They've been popping up more on YouTube, and they do have kind of this incredible like packaged power impact to them, and there's they could part of with the open mic is like it's like I'm working in so many different directions where like I am sort of a part of the comedy community in a way, in addition to being part of the poetry community in a way, and the music community in a way, and whatever, clown or performance art or whoever comes in. And so it's like I want to speak to all of those people at once. That's a little bit interesting to even try to do, where it's like, how do you talk to stand-up comedians and have poets want to give a shit? Or how do you talk, or have musicians want to tune in? Or any kind of artist, any kind of disciplinary artist, I hope would listen to this. Maybe if you're a painter or a sculptor or a drawer, I feel like this is a great thing probably to have on while you're doing that. It's just like you can just hear me run my fucking mouth and compose my endless monologue, my endless mega novel of life in New York City in the 21st century. It's all one thing. The live streams, the poetry books, the vlogs, and the live performances to some degree, where it's like they're all part of this mega piece of performance art of Matt Proctor in New York in the 21st century. It's like Synecdoche, New York, right? Somebody asked about that film the other day. It's like he's building a fucking replica of New York, right? And it's like, yeah, why not? Why not do that? We want to be huge. We want to work huge. I mean, maybe that sounds fucking like delusions of grandeur. But so the playlists, are part of if people are I don't know. I encourage people to check this stuff out. It's a curated content. If you're looking for things to stream, it's like VJing a TV channel from stuff from everywhere, from all time. It's like so. There's Carson Tonight Show in New York. There's poetry readings, lectures. There's fucking. Oh, there's this great play, No Man's Land. It's a Harold Pinter play about poets. And there's a production of it on YouTube with John Gielgud and Ralph Richardson, which, I mean, they did it a few years ago with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, and I'm sure that that's amazing too, but, that's on the playlist where it's like, okay, this is like fucking reading a play. It's like, and it's relatively contemporary. I mean, it's Pinter. Pinter's not the most accessible thing. It's kind of hard to find an entry point. I mean, do people even give a fuck about Pinter anymore? Like, I suppose drama people might, like people in theater probably are a little bit, and especially British people, I guess, probably maybe give a fuck about Pinter. And I'm not like the biggest Pinter guy, but he started out as a poet. I had one of his books that had some of his poetry in it, and it was pretty good. It was all like anti-Iraq war. The Pinter Nobel address is like super intense. I don't know if people have seen that, but he's like dying. He's got like esophageal cancer. He's like in his wheelchair and he's like delivers this really hardcore monologue about Bush is like a eater of blood and shit. It's amazing. It's like a play, It's like a solo. It's like Endgame. And so this is sort of an extension of that, where it's like solo show, one-man show, our town, the stage manager in Our Town. You know, I think Our Town is actually very beautiful. I like Our Town. I saw it in college. It was amazing. Well, when I auditioned in college, there were, they did two plays a quarter for like the main stage, one of which was Our Town, the other one was Dead Man Walking. I wanted to be in Our Town. That's why I auditioned, because I wanted to be in fucking Our Town. And I got cast in Dead Man Walking, which was like a Brechtian nightmare. Where my theater nerds at? I mean, is Scenes from a Life Brechtian? Is YouTube Brechtian? Because you're addressing the audience. It's so fragmented. It's political. It's political theater. I don't even know what the fuck it means to be Brechtian, to be honest. I could never figure out what the hell it is. I guess Godard is super Brechtian. Is that true? The way he's trying to, like, I don't know, get rid of the suspension of disbelief, or, kind of like intrude upon it. Alright, let's go back over to the fucking TV here. Yeah, I don't know. I've aged like 3 years in the last 6 months. Yeah, so get ready for my book, Vigilante Justice. Just finished that today, for those just tuning in. Featuring my writing since February. You know, there's always more with all this stuff. You know, there's always more things that you're like, I could do this, I could do this. With Vigilante Justice, I'm like, I'd like to add a couple new pieces to even make it as current as I possibly can. With this, it's like, I'd like to cut, or I should have let this go longer, or I should have edited this down, or I should have included my entire fucking Gong Show set. And I probably should have edited that way down, because it's embarrassing as hell. I included all my stand-up comedy sets, like, they're all humiliating. I've got, like, Paul Lynde energy on stage. Okay, so let me comment about this. Ashley wants me to do, I know that sounds like really fucking, but like she texted me today saying that she loved my vlog. So it's like she wants to be presented in this way, because it's like proof that she's like hot, and like she has she's like being, objectified by daddy. Pardon my French, but and it's like, well, we're supposed to be transgressive artists here. We're supposed to cross boundaries. We're in the big, art metropolis where, like, you're supposed to be different and kind of defiantly obtuse against, somehow the fucking Trump people and the right-wing rural people have stolen the edge. But, I don't know, showing each other nude on YouTube feels artistic to me. It's about beauty, And the internet is full of naked people. The internet is a great place to be naked. And the internet, I think, is like just normalizing bare ass nudity. When I think that's a great thing. And, and it's poetry. Being naked is poetry. And it's like the Dreamers. And so when I put that stuff in, and I'm sure over history it's going to age not well, because no one's going to know that. They're just going to think this fucking dude put in naked, shots of this, this poor victim. And it's like, she forced me to do it. Just like in my poetry, how I highly sexualize her in my poetry. It's like, well, she encourages that. She told me she likes just the way that she does it. She wants to go up at the open mic in front of everybody and just put her stamp on, hey, you know, all you other bitches better back off because blah blah blah. I'm daddy's cum slut. That's her newest thing. So I read all these poems at the open mic on Monday that were like insanely sexual, and it was her. It's her birthday, so I had a kind of suite of Ashley poems that were frank about our domestic whatever uh, things that happen, and I don't know. I don't know how I got myself into this, but here we are, and that's just the way things are, and I don't know. But you think, I'm like, should I put that on YouTube? Like, probably not. Is that something that should come down? Is it going to get flagged? Probably not enough people will see it to flag it, or will anybody even give a fuck? I mean, I don't think I put anything on there that, like, breaks any violations. Like, YouTube actually does have nudity on some things, which is kind of weird. There's some movies, there's some videos that, like, there is nudity on YouTube. Like, I don't know if it's just because that stuff hasn't been taken down yet, or... I mean, there's not really, like, porn on YouTube that I'm familiar with, although I don't look for it there. There's plenty of other places to find porn on the internet. So, there's one thing the internet is good for, it's finding free pornography. Unfortunately for us. Our entire generation has been poisoned by toxic overexposure to hardcore graphic lovemaking in unrealistic scenarios. I think that's the part that is damaging. It's very unrealistic. The situations that are portrayed in these films are not really. They don't reflect, how these things are achieved in real life. Yeah, so then I included my entire... Well, okay, so Billy Lamont, shout out to my man Billy Lamont, sent me a video that he had taken portrait mode on his phone. That was like the first 6.5 minutes. I did read for 15 minutes, I think. I think I did do 15 minutes. I read fast because I had all this shit to get through. He sent me the first 7 minutes or something, and so I presented to you here another chunk. Another performance chunk, warts and all, of my awkward run-on, unprofessional, amateur, cringe poetry, stand-up, whatever. He compared me to Oscar Wilde, which I thought was amazing. His introduction really was phenomenal. He just really found a lot of different flavors, and I'm like, yeah, definitely. So yeah, he sent me this video, so I'm like, well, I probably should edit it down, but fuck it, throw the whole thing in there. So it's like the first 2 days of the Montauk thing. So it unfortunately, I didn't really get cooking till the end, because that's when I was talking about the MFA programs, and I go into this whole diatribe, and it actually worked very well live, because it's very simple. I just kind of lay it out in kind of blunt force terms and no uncertain terms about how I feel about the MFA industrial complex, and how it's just stolen literature in this country, and the rest of us go hungry, we starve, and our genetic lineage dies out because we tried to be poets. We can't get state sponsorship, basically, because we talk, we're just, I don't know, we're just not good enough, or we're not careful enough, or we're not, I don't know what it is. We're not assimilated into the fucking corporate machine, the corporate university. And why? And so So I went on and on about that at the end of this reading, but that got cut off. That was probably like, you can find, I mean, you can find all my, nobody really, I mean, I probably get, what, 30 views on any poetry reading that I post, average. I'm not sure if that's because 30 people are actually watching. I imagine with my subscriber base, not that it's absolutely huge. Somebody the other day told me I could have 100,000 subscribers if I did this right. I'd like to believe that that's true. But for now, I have 354 special angels that are my subscribers. And of those 354, you know, so I do, YouTube has great analytics. And I do keep tabs on my YouTube and my Instagram analytics to see what is working, what people like, what people watch. You know, the vlogs, to be honest, some of them get a lot, like that, for some reason, that single room occupancy vlog, you know, thank God, but that thing really gets a lot of views, and a lot of people do watch it. I don't understand why, because it's really just exactly the same as all my other vlogs. So I wish that all my other vlogs had that, because that one is like over 2 years old at this point, and people still watch it, and they watch a lot of it. You know, it's not like they just click it and they're like, this sucks. It's like they watch a lot of the video, they comment on it, they like it, they subscribe from that video for some reason. Because, like I said, all my other vlogs are pretty much the same fucking thing. So I wish they had the same, I wish they had 10,000 views. And then the Damon Zex vlog. One of my collected thoughts episodes is about Damon Zex. That's my other most viewed video of all time. That continually gets comments for some reason, probably because the algorithm likes it, and there's no competition. I don't think anybody else is out there talking about Damon Zex. But when people YouTube Damon Zex, my thing probably pops up because it's like an internet commentator on, you know, nostalgia trip about it. And so that's what people in the comments kind of say. They go, "Oh yeah, this reminds me of when he was on and I loved it, and I had this exact same experience." Blah blah blah. And the live streams probably get the most hours, as far as like things I do regularly, because they're long. People will watch them when I do them live. I might even get 5 or 6 people watching at once. A few times I've had like 10 people watching. That was pretty incredible. Um, uh, but I know that people watch them later. I hope they go back and watch old ones. I do think they hold up. For some reason, one of my live streams from the pandemic, people have been watching. It's called something fasting, I think, or Opinion Valley. The live stream called Opinion Valley, people have been watching. It's gotten a number of hours of people watching. It hasn't been me. I don't know if that's just, you know, the thing is, the statistics don't reflect, like, I could be clicking this shit and watching it for hours every day, and that would show up in my analytics. It doesn't, like, discriminate against, you know, it's like when you see these fucking bot farms, or I don't know what they are, but they have these farms where it's just like all these phones, and the phones, it's like dead internet, where it's like it's just the phones clicking stuff. You know, you could just have, and I think people have done this, where it's just like they have a certain number of phones that are dedicated to like streaming their music all day every day. It's like they're just streaming their own fucking music. They're cooking the books, you know. But you can do that, you know, like that's fair game. I could have my YouTube running all fucking day every day, just on my own fucking computer and my own. In fact, I encourage people to do that. Just stream my YouTube at all times, whatever it is. Just put one of the playlists on and just let it play. The Scenes from a Life playlist is probably hundreds of hours long. You know, you could literally put the Scenes from a Life playlist on, and it would take weeks to play through. And that would be kind of an interesting way to. I wonder if anybody has watched all of it, to be honest. Because it is doable. I encourage people to just to robo farm my my clicks and my views and my likes and my Well, it's also a thing that, like, as users of the internet, that's currency. I think that's something we should be considerate of each other as artists. It's like it doesn't cost you anything to click somebody's video or stream their music or whatever it is, and it helps them. It's like giving them free money. It's like it's not money, but it's like it's almost as good. It's like giving them something, and it doesn't cost you anything to do that. To just add views to somebody's view count. I did share my vlog on the Easy Paradise account, which I don't typically do. I do try to keep my business and personal separate, but to be honest, this is something I've been thinking about. Is just like, what else can I share through the Easy Paradise account? Because I've got, you know, 3,000 followers, so it's like I want to. I do get a lot of unfollows though. I get about you know, one unfollow for every 3 follows, which is not great because I just post the same thing over and over again. And to be honest, I think I should just post video content of myself because I'm like, that is the thing that people kind of know that they're not seeing. It's like I am the face or whatever of the open mic and the Easy Paradise thing. And it's like you never really see that on my feed. You know, you just see pictures of that room over and over again, and maybe you'll see my drawings, which, you know, they don't get that many likes, but they are distinct. I think people do remember them. They know my style, and I think that's almost better. You know what I mean? Like maybe my views or my poetry or whatever, maybe it's not necessarily the most blockbuster box office, you know, quantifiably, you know, followed thing by the metrics, by the vanity metrics. But I do think that as far as the brand, like unity and quality and identity, I think people do know and recognize, like, oh, that's a Matt Proctor thing. You know, the vlogs, the way that Easy Paradise is, and the poetry. I think people could probably identify my writing if they saw it. You know, the books, the black and white. And so when you put that stuff in your feed, okay, maybe it's not getting that many likes or whatever, but but it is, you know, fortifying who you are in people's minds and forming a relationship with them about that. And I think that that's, you know, the word branding is so unfortunate because it just posits it in like this corporate logo, Nike fucking swoosh kind of way. And what we're talking about, I think, is actually more interesting than that. Like the art project of who you are and how you package that or present that, or, you know, how do you dress? How do you talk? How do you walk? How do you. Like I was watching this thing, Barry Gordy said he took everybody in Motown had to go to like fame school where they were taught how to be famous. They taught them how to walk, how to dress, how to talk, you know, and then they gave him songs and shit, and it's like, huh, that's kind of crazy, you know. But he said because he's from Detroit, he worked on the assembly line, and the cars would come in, they'd be pretty plain, and then they'd build them up to be, you know, to what they were, the finished products that they were. And he said he wanted to do that with stars. He wanted to bring people in and have an assembly line of stars. And I think that's what we've got with these open mics, where it's like we have this kind of factory of just like these people who are kind of making themselves pros, you know, just by doing it, doing the circuit, workshopping, honing their writing, honing their public image, honing their onstage character, forming a character in, you know, like, you know, I do know all these people now. I do feel like I know Adil K, I know Lawrence Reese, I know, you know, Assad Benbow, Jason King, Danny Fallon, fucking Natalie, of course, you know. It's been amazing seeing that just blow up. It's just such a well done thing, you know, the hot people reading poetry thing. Talk about branding, you know, and just like it's such a great idea that it's just exploding, you know, and that makes sense. But it's like these people just created this kind of network of theaters where people could display and be seen and show work in the sense that like an artist shows work. I'm going to show my paintings. I'm going to show my sculptures or whatever. I'm going to show some work. Well, I'm going to go to the reading. I'm going to show work. Distribute my books or find people for my magazine. So this is the Drift launch. I was talking about this other. See, look at all these fucking people there. Look at all these people there trying to, I don't even know, hook up. New York, it's all just a big stock exchange. It's all just making deals, making trades, trying to hit it rich, trying to hit it big. Big stars, Star is Born. How do you emerge as a star? The public has to see something. They have to see some kind of moment. The Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show or whatever that is. And it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, check out my fucking YouTube playlist. I'm gonna go back over to the. We're winding up here. We're gonna we'll do 2 hours. We will do 2 hours. That's my promise to you. I'm delivering quality to the viewer here. Can't find my red shirt. You're watching Scenes from a Life live stream, live from Midwood. I'm just gonna do some station identification here. I'm gonna make sure I get it in this ugly, yellow, grainy, dim. I look like shit. I'm not shaved. I'm clean. The Bernie shirt was kind of funny when we were like in this apocalyptic, like Trump is definitely going to be the dictator, Project 2025 dark place. But now that things have kind of turned around, it's like I don't need the Bernie shirt anymore. we got Camelot, baby. We're going to Camelot. Apparently they canceled these Taylor Swift concerts because there was like terrorist threats. ISIS like threatened or something. I don't know. Threatened these Taylor Swift concerts in Austria. All the big bands are in Europe. Everybody's in Europe right now. DiCaprio, they're all on super yachts. Apparently 2/3 of Springsteen's audience is in Europe. They go to Europe every summer or whatever to tour. 2/3 of his fucking audience is Europe. I'd like to have. Is 2/3 of my audience in Europe? I'll be there. I'll come there. Just tell, I do think Europeans probably would appreciate, the finer parts of American culture. Like Bruce Springsteen. All right, what the hell else do we need? But we're in a more hopeful place, I just like to live in a hopeful, like, more carefree. I think everybody's ready to be a little more carefree. Like, if the apocalypse is going to come, just let it come in its own time. Let's not rush it. Let's not be accelerationists. Let's just enjoy our fucking lives. I'm already 40. I didn't necessarily think it was even going to last this long. When George Bush was president, it was pretty easy to think in dark apocalyptic kind of Armageddon terms. I think they wanted you to think that way because they just wanted to create apathy, depression, hopelessness. You can't beat the system. You can't beat capitalism. Terrorism everywhere. Fear everywhere. Surveillance, Patriot Act, guns, and it'd be nice to just live in like a brighter, more carefree fucking society. For a fucking change. Gen Z deserves that. They were born into a post 9/11 world. They've never known anything fun at all. That's not true. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's just like it's been such a fucking dark hassle. Everything's just been arguments and finger pointing, feeling bad about yourself, feeling guilty, feeling confused, feeling ashamed, cutting people out of your life, fucks up your family life with your hillbilly relatives who are Republicans. They're conservatives, they're libertarians, they're libertarian friends. And just, you know, even for the open mic, it was just like, man, if Trump, you know, and still, we still don't know. I mean, it's not a wrap. The election is still months away, and we don't know what the fuck is going to happen. You know, anything, I mean, anything could happen. You know, we thought Hillary was going to win. Sort of. We sort of thought Hillary was going to. I mean, we never thought Donald Trump was going to win. We thought that was impossible. And it would just be nice to move on and not have to think about it, even as like a, with the fear of that, like, and just like the nihilism of just like, okay, there's no way out of this. You know, like this, our society sucks, the government sucks, the Supreme Court's rigged, the Electoral College was rigged, we're gonna get stuck with this guy again, and it's just, things are gonna get real bad, there's gonna be a civil war. They're making movies about it. A24 is making fucking movies about it. And now it suddenly feels like, okay, maybe not. Maybe we can just go back to normal, sort of. I mean, wouldn't that be nice? Just go back to normal. Should be their fucking campaign slogan. Let's just get back to normal. No more fucking insanity, no more mind games. Just go on with your lives. Go about your day. The government, you know, the government's gonna maybe even do good things for us. Who knows? They're already making smart decisions, so that gives me hope. You know, if they can make smart decisions during the campaign, that's proof that they will probably make smart decisions when they fucking take charge. You know, like this guy, this Tim Walz guy, I think everybody is down with this pick. We had no idea who this fucking guy is. He seems real, he seems cool. So it's like, holy shit. Maybe they aren't just like trying to fucking, I don't know. So yeah, with the open mic, it's like, okay, if Trump got reelected, now I'm gonna have a, you know, it just sucks when those people get empowered. You know, like, you want to be a Trumper, idiot, whatever, fine. Just like, we just don't want the guy to be the president, fucking dictator, emperor. Like, if anybody shouldn't be that, it's that guy. He tried to January 6th, he tried to kill his own fucking vice president. I'm glad that people hate J.D. Vance. That makes me really happy. You know, I'm glad that the guy's going to live his life knowing that he sucks now and that everybody hates him. Because there's no way that's fun for anybody. And that guy deserves it because he's just a tool bag. And he's a phony. He's a fake. But yeah, it would just be nice to be able to just like not have to worry about this 80s movie villain. And all these people, just like all the wrong people have been empowered. Bullies, idiots, you know, insult comedians. There's too many roast battles. I mean, I just think that, I don't know, I'm kind of watching these vlogs, I'm like, the comedy thing, there's so many ants on the anthill, and I just clash with that culture so goddamn much. I love doing the clubs. The audience is mean. The other comedians are mean, the audience is mean. And they laugh at stupid shit. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Why are they laughing at this shit? Why do they think this is funny? So I don't know. We're just gonna keep vlogging. We're gonna vlog harder. We're gonna deeply embed ourselves in the fucking open mic scene, the real culture in this country. I really think there's like an open mic revolution going on. I mean, it feels kind of new and unprecedented. Where just like everybody's understanding, like, oh, I can start my own thing, and you guys come to that, and I'll go to your thing, and the whole city is kind of coming alive with people who are voicing truth and voicing their perspective from all the neighborhoods, all the different vantages, all the different corners, coming, all these different crossroads of transaction, of language, of experience, thought, and community, there's strength, there's unity, friendship, love, but it's nice to, not have to think we're headed towards apocalyptic civil war. I mean, our country is bad. It does need to turn around. Hopefully things will start to turn around. The Democrats, I think, have found a good strategy playing against their own incompetence. Like, oh yeah, this Biden guy sucks. Vote for Kamala. Rather than, oh yeah, this Biden guy sucks. You got to vote for Trump. Now it's like they're just, oh yeah, it's our own guy that sucks. You want change? Vote for the vice president. Whereas, like, if Trump got reelected, it's like, oh my God. Every it's going to affect the way that audiences behave and what people can say again. Where it's like it's going to get real ugly, and those people should just be disempowered. It's not as scary when they're not in control. You can come in and just say dumb shit, and it just doesn't feel as threatening and scary as it has for the last 8 years, where it's like we're in Joker mode, where it's like, how are you that dissonant with like being a compassionate person that you're still going on stage and voicing these opinions about your jokes about race, or using those things, race, sexual preference, as like the punchline, as the reason why the thing is funny. Or the thing that you're like exploring badly in a way that's like you're just sounding racist. You just have toxic opinions. You think you can go on stage because you're like a comedian or whatever. I don't know why poetry is like not. I mean, it is a satisfying place for me as a performer and as an artist. It's more satisfying, I would say, to go to poetry open mics. I don't know why the comedy thing is like such a draw for me, and why it's such a, like watching these old vlogs, I'm like, God, I was doing this a lot, or I was doing this way more than I was doing poetry open mics, and it's like, what the fuck was I hoping to accomplish here by doing comedy open mics? Other than the fact that it was fun and I was sort of like living out my childhood fantasy, and I guess it was a way to get on stage and sort of hide from poetry people. The poetry scene feels very like claustrophobic and repetitive, and that's what a community is, I guess. It's just like, these are the people that are really serious about this and good at it and holding their own, and are feel like they're meant to be a part of the open mic, that revolution that's happening. And it's good that it's outside of universities, and it's just a bunch of people who are good writers. I mean, it's New York. They're smart people. It's a book city. And it's Eastern Seaboard, right? So there's a whole tradition of that, of the whole kind of college, literary, Yale, Princeton, Harvard, Boston thing, etc., etc. Upstate, Amherst, Hudson. I'd like to do like Stony Brook. Can I get a job like a university on Long Island? I think that's where it's at, man. I'd like to live on Long Island. I see my future in Long Island. I feel like I'm gonna retire. Oh, it's the Lionsgate portal. I didn't talk about this. Do people know it's the Lionsgate portal? This is a big astrological thing. So whatever, it's 8/8/2024. So it's 8/8, and then 224 adds up to 8. So it's 8/8/8. So it's a Lionsgate portal. So whatever you start now, or like your creative projects, whatever you're doing now, whatever you say, whatever you're trying to manifest, right? It's a good time to do it right now. Say positive affirmations to yourself. Believe the positive affirmations. Today is the day. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. No, today is the day to set the agenda for your big dreams and your big goals, because it's the Lionsgate portal. It's Leo season, baby. All my friends are Leos. I don't know how this happened to me. I'm in Aquarius, so I'm the opposite of a Leo. I'm on the bottom of the world. It's like when they're in the sunshine, I'm like in the cold. I'm on the dark side of the moon. So Leos just have it all. Everybody I fucking know was like born between like August 10th and August 22nd. Because it's the opposite of the time of year from when I was born. And so I just get along with those people, or I'm symbiotic with those people. I'm compatible with those people. And so I'm surrounded by these fabulous Leos that are just basking in the glory of the limelight. Ashley, so it's Ashley's birthday Saturday, tomorrow. So welcome to Leo season. We're going to Monkey Bar and the My Dinner with Andre restaurant, Cafe des Artistes. So yeah, it's Lionsgate. So whatever you want to manifest, just say good things. Do your rituals today. It's the Lionsgate portal, everybody. 8/8/2024. I didn't need to mention that. Wasn't there a movie company called Lionsgate? I mean, poets are super into astrology. I don't know if I've ever met anybody more into astrology than poets. Poets and just women in general. It seems to almost be like a gender. Women are just more intuitive and more in touch with, like the thing I was talking about earlier, things that you're trying to trace, the poem of life, the meaning of the cycles of what we're going through, how things are changing, what energies are available to us. The planets do seem to have some kind of weird effect. The gravity of the planets, the movement of the planets changes the vibrations of things, changes the way that the light is fragmenting and whatnot. And so that affects and when you're born, the time you're born, the star you're born under can affect your whole destiny. I just feel like I was born in some kind of frustrated star chart. I don't necessarily feel like, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to manifest that. Well, part of the thing I have with manifesting, it feels frustrating to not speculate on, like I don't just want to say positive, super positive, not that they're unrealistic, but it's like it's just not interesting. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be wealthy and I'm claiming this energy for myself. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be really wealthy. I'm gonna be really, artistically respected in the world and known, and I'm going to win prizes, and I'm going to be talked about in magazines and written about and reviewed and revered as a giant, as a creative giant in the world. I'm going to be a world cultural figure as a vlogger. My vlog is going to be, I'm going to be a titan of world culture, like Jake Paul. A foundational star of the new medium. Like the Charlie Chaplin of poetry vlogging / live streaming, men's rights live streaming. One of the things is, okay, so I was watching my stream that I filmed at Dime Square. What is it called? It's one where I talk about my book. It might be called Vigilante Justice. Or no, I think it's called Museum Cities. I was watching Museum Cities today. And to be honest, I didn't really talk that much about museum cities. Maybe I should go into that in more depth, but I bandied the word woke around a lot. Which I'm just trying to talk about that stuff, and that's sort of an umbrella term that has come to just mean a sort of a segment of culture. But I didn't want to come off as like super anti-woke or something. I'm definitely not. I was just sort of mentioning that. I don't even remember the context. Well, I was talking more about how what I'm saying now is like the way the culture moves through trends, groupthink, cycles. We decide on things at once. And so astrology feels like a big part of that. If things are in retrograde, Pluto moving into Aquarius, these are going to change. That's a period of revolutions, right? These are going to change all of our lives. They're going to change the inflection of the era we live in. We're constantly pinging off of each other to define that. What is the time we live in? What is it? It's a new gilded age. What is it defined by? It's defined by Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and these fucking lame ass people. Okay, let me go back a little while. We'll go back to, let's see, about February. What was going on in February? February and March. We're memory laning here. We're going back in time through the vlogging, through the vlogosphere, the magic of vlogging. I hate the word vlog also, by the way. I never said the word vlog. Ashley used the word vlog. I don't really consider what I do vlogging at all. I certainly didn't call it that until like the last year, really. To me, it was webisodes. I was making webisodes. And then I had a TV show. I did win an award for my fucking TV show, god damn it. And so it's not like I've never done anything. I mean, I did win an award, It may have been a public access show and public access award, meaning it was like, I guess the bar was pretty low. But, they don't just give those things away for free, okay? There was a reason why. Like, I earned the fucking thing, So, I think I have aura. I do feel like people are like looking at me on the street. I've noticed people like looking at me, and it's like I feel like I have aura. This is a TikTok trend word. Aura is like a thing. Plus 10,000 aura. Do people know about this? And so I do feel like I have aura. Aura is something you earn by being the most interesting man in the world, just by having adventures in life. I think by having adventures and by facing challenges and proving yourself, that's how you gain aura. That's how you gain XP. And yeah, I don't like the word vlogging. Vlogging sounds like flogging. It sounds like you're beating your meat. It sounds like you're a beaver tail. When I hear vlogging, I just hear a big beaver tail slapping video. Slapping the Final Cut Pro timeline. Final Cut Pro X. That's what I use. I'm a Final Cut Pro X guy for life. I wish I could get Premiere. It's on a subscription. They put it behind a fucking paywall. It's rent to, you know, you'll never own anything or you'll be happy or whatever the fuck it is. Fuck you, Adobe. I'll be happy with my Final Cut Pro X that I have been using for years and not having to pay continuously. And just editing my happy little vlogging. Just vlogging my little dick off. And, hey, like and subscribe, everybody. Yeah, so I don't consider them vlogs. I consider it a diary film. It's auto-fiction, novelistic Balzac. It's a Balzacian, Victor Hugo style, metropolitan mega novel filled with hundreds of characters, like E.L. Doctorow Ragtime, filled with all the personages of the day, some in more detail than others. Ashley, of course. Ashley's my Neil Cassidy, I guess. Or something. Is she William S. Burroughs? I'm not sure. Is she Allen Ginsberg? Am I Allen Ginsberg? Is she got Jack Kerouac? Is she Ron Padgett? You know, there was so much literary history that happened in that area, Morningside Heights. That's where fucking all the, you know, Kerouac lived up there a bunch. All those people met each other up there. All the Lucien Carr stuff, of course. Columbia, of course, right? They all went there. Ted Berrigan and Ron Padgett wrote a lot of stuff up there. They wrote Bean Spasms up there. George Carlin is from up there. Morningside Heights. And so, bouncing around that part of town and being a part of the literary history of the neighborhood. Writing the Video Bildungsroman of, you know, these young literary... I mean, I've done every... I think I've written every novel every way you can write one except to write it. I've written a novel through my vlogs. I've written a novel through my poetry book. I'm writing a novel through my live streams. All right, love you, Ashley. I was wondering when you were going to get on super drunk and type in all caps. One final good night. Okay, love you, Ashley. Good night. Ashley was at Tile Bar. Not to dox her or anything, but look at the typing there. No one has been in the comments at all. No one has been using the comments. I've been just lecturing. This is basically my college university class. These live streams are my class. I don't know who the fuck is watching, but through this and through the open mic and the publishing, the energy has, you know, multiplied. Where it's like now everybody's starting a fucking show. And that is awesome. Everybody should have their own fucking show. You know, everybody's got a fucking TikTok account or a brand. Everybody's got a, you know, in New York, it's like you can have a million fucking shows. Everybody needs their own show. That's what comedians do. They all start their own show. They book the comedians. And you can figure out how you want to host it. I'm glad poets are doing that. Poets should be moving into this place where they're learning how to host. They're learning how to throw events, work with venues. They're doing it. Everybody's doing it, you know. It's already done. And so they've created this whole network of spots. All right, Ashley, good night. Love you, Ashley. Good night. Okay, get home safe. They're okay, Ashley, enough. Enough. I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm talking about a big, you know, there's a whole, this is happening everywhere. It's not just a select group of poets. It's other fucking people. It's comedians. It's people in other boroughs, people in fucking New Jersey, people in other cities, the whole fucking world. I hope people on the internet are seeing it and starting their own poetry revolutions in their own towns as a way to be super narcissistic and self-absorbed and mutually glad handing each other and exchanging validation rather than okay, Ashley, we'll see you tomorrow at Cafe des Artistes. And I'm encouraging everybody watching to go back and watch the old vlogs. You know, go back and watch, you know, scenes from my life from the beginning. It's my 10-year anniversary as an artist in New York. Scenes from my life is 10 years old. August 13th is the 10-year anniversary of Scenes from my life. So I've been vlogging for 10 years to no avail. With very few, I mean, I almost have as many videos as I have views. You know, I don't have that many more views than I have uploads. I put out so many fucking videos. They should have way more views. And they're all super long, at least the recent ones. You know, the day that YouTube, like, goes down will be the worst day of my life. I hope it never... I shouldn't have said that during the Lionsgate Portal day, but why do 6 people start watching when I'm 2 hours in? I was doing this to nobody. Now it's fucking 2 in the morning, people are watching? Who's watching this? Who the fuck is, like... Who's my audience that they get on at 2 a.m.? Congratulations, guys. You are the night people. I love that. We are the night people. Creatures of the night. Excelsior night people. Ashley is the hottie, okay? She's daddy's hottie, okay? She's daddy's little hottie. It's her birthday, so we're gonna, you know, have a good time. And she's having a good time at Tile Bar. So yeah, check out my vlog. It's 10 years of Scenes from a Life. Like I said, I curated playlist. There's a best of Scenes from a Life playlist, which is literally just the best episodes. If you don't want to see all the... But to me, it's like it's all part of the... You know, there's clusters of time that are on a certain subject and with a certain group of people and telling a certain story and have a certain kind of romanticism and poetry. And then there's sort of ligament episodes, which are more kind of about solitude or just absorption or perception and just witnessing and letting time pass. You got kicked out for singing Weezer. It's Weezer all over again, baby. Weezer forever. We went to the Weezer Wall. We did our pilgrimage to the Weezer Wall. Did I watch this one already? Okay, Ashley, don't be a psycho in the comments, okay? Vigilante Justice coming soon. Ashley, we need to print copies this weekend. Vigilante Justice. I just finished this today, so... Ashley, come on now. No emotional blackmail in the chat, okay? Good night, Ashley. Love you, Ashley. I'm branding all of my live streams forever with Ashley propaganda, but yeah, go back and watch my old live streams. Go back and watch the old vlogs. The vlogs, I don't get it. Put them on your projector while you're putting your golf ball around or while you're practicing guitar, while you're super high. Drop acid. Watch my vlogs on acid, you know? And you go back, you can see you can read the whole Proustian. I found this Proust book the other day, Days of Reading. It's Proust talking about the books he read when he was a kid. I will meet you before 8, okay? At, what is it? It's on like 67th Street or something. And so, I don't know. I've never read Proust, but I'm just trying to do, I'm hugely influenced by Proust. My whole thing is just like a Proust wannabe. I'm just trying to do every shortcut I can think of to try to be Proust. I have like my little micro Proust thing here, which is just like my whole life saga in diary form, and these sort of little micro quips, these little stanzaic micro quips. Okay, Ashley, see you before 8. Good night. Ashley's the star of my vlog. When are they going to show? When am I going to get a 10-minute standing ovation at Cannes Film Festival for my vlogging. Or 20 minutes. Ashley, did you know that David Lynch cannot direct another movie? He's got emphysema. Is this true? Did you hear this? Or is this fake news? I heard David Lynch literally has emphysema and he cannot direct another film. Which, you know, fair enough. He's done his job. He doesn't really need to. I mean, it'd be nice if David Lynch was directing until he's 90 years old like Martin Scorsese, but yes. Okay, so this is true. David Lynch does have emphysema. He announced this on Twitter, apparently. He stopped doing his YouTube videos. He was a YouTuber for a couple years. He should just live stream. You're telling me David Lynch couldn't do a live stream from his house? He can't even talk or anything? Just do a live stream of David Lynch just sitting there. Even that would be worth doing. Just put on a live stream of David Lynch doing whatever the fuck he's doing, and that would be pretty interesting, I would imagine. But I hope he's okay. You know, he's probably one of the greatest living artists, so, you know, we wish David Lynch, you know, Lionsgate Portal, heal David Lynch. We need more David Lynch films. All right, Ashley. Love you, Ashley. Good night. Ashley just writes the script. Go to sleep, Ashley. Okay, it has been an hour and 20 minutes, so fuck. What time is it? Oh, God. I should go to sleep if I can go to sleep, but I've got 4 viewers. I got to rack up the statistics. I got to rack up... I gotta rack up the vanity metrics here while I can. Ashley is a great living artist. Well, I said David Lynch is one of the greatest living artists. He might be the greatest, to be honest. Who's better than David Lynch? I don't know. Paul Mazursky's dead. You know, pound for pound. Punch for punch, David Lynch, maybe, I don't know. Jack Nicholson, maybe? Okay, Ashley, love you, see you soon. Probably McCartney, maybe? Ashley is one of the great living artists, too, okay? I do think Ashley is destined for big things. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Somebody's got to save the fucking planet. Somebody's got to write the book that's going to save the human race. And here it is. It's called Vigilante Justice. The chapbook that saved fucking the world. The Snake Plissken of chapbooks. Watch out, you unbelievers. We believe. This is the Lion's Gate, okay? Everything you say right now will come true. I'm not being sarcastic. I was watching a video from a year ago, and I could not tell if I was being sarcastic. I was talking about something. I was like, I can't remember if I was being sarcastic or not. Did I like this or did I not like this? I don't remember. I sound like I'm being sarcastic, but I may have been telling the truth. I don't know. Is sarcasm lying? I don't think sarcasm is lying, per se. What is sarcasm? Why does not it translate to internet text for some reason? You know, this is something about the internet is famously you can't like type out sarcasm. It's like people don't get it. It's so dependent on tone of voice. And I feel like I feel like I have a speech impediment that makes everything I say sound sarcastic. Like when I read poetry, it's a real problem for me. I feel like everything I say just sounds super sarcastic. And Jack Nicholson kind of has that too, that kind of like, that like edge in his voice, that like pothead, like, sarcastic, like, yeah, real good job, yeah. And so when I read poetry, it's like I can't get rid of my speech impediment. Do I really have 6 people watching, or is this just, all right, Ashley, good night, go to sleep, rest easy. We got a big birthday extravaganza. So Ashley had a big tile bar party with all of her Gen Z, Zoomer, Dynamist, doomer zoomer friends who have baby rats that they carry around with them. Um, Ashley's getting her blowout tomorrow. Okay, that's such a classic New York thing. Do my female viewers get blowouts? I don't have any female viewers. My YouTube viewership is like 87% male. I guess I need to do more makeup tutorials. All right, Bruce Holiday. I was wondering what's up with Bruce Holiday. I need to come down to the Jersey Shore. I've been missing Bruce Holiday telling me to come down to, what part of New Jersey is it? Did you see the New Jersey Poetry Renaissance just had Poemageddon Week? I do talk about this pretty regularly. It's kind of pathetic. I don't know. I feel like are we stirring up enough energy as a culture? You know, I think there's really exciting things happening, but is it really twistering up like the movie Twisters? Why do we need a sequel to the movie fucking Twister? Why is that cool or interesting to people at all? Why is Twisters, which looks, it's weird because the whole marketing campaign is that it looks exactly like 1996 or whenever that movie came out. Like it's just the same poster almost. It's just they added an S to it. Love you, Ashley. Good night. Please stop scaring away my female viewers. I think women are afraid to come to the open mic because once they find out about Ashley, they go, this is weird. This is too weird. But anyway, it's not easy. Red Bank, New Jersey. Okay. You know, it's not easy being a public figure and keeping a thing going week after week. I mean, doing a weekly thing, I think we do pretty well, to be honest. You know, we get good results, and it's a great time. It's such a fucking blast. I mean, I wish that I had more hardcore poetry people, I guess, but we get amazing shit, to be honest. I mean, the guy this week, who was he? He went up like near the end. He was like the second to last person. He wrote a really good story. It's almost like it changes every week, to be honest. It's almost like a entirely different roster every week in a lot of ways. You know, you just have such people from out of town. This guy was from San Francisco or something. We had this guy from Guatemala. This guy had been doing some kind of book tour all over the United States. He'd read in all these different cities, and he just rolled into New York. And he had that kind of vibe, you know. He looked like real dirty. He had a cutty vibe a little bit. And he comes in, and he's like, he lives in Guatemala somewhere off, you know, and he's part of some kind of yoga commune. He gave me his books. We traded books. Here they are. Let me show them to you. This guy, Luke Armstrong. You know, he lives, it's probably some kind of yoga sex cult. To be honest. That's what a lot, you know, I don't know. That's what a lot of guys do. They go to Costa Rica or something and they live in some kind of yoga sex cult where they're just like, you know, chicks come in traveling, backpacking all the time. They live in a paradise jungle or whatever. They're doing yoga all day, every day. They're super tan. They smoke weed. They smell like hemp. Please, movie, okay? And they just have tantric sex with the backpackers as they roll through. And they host, you know, I think he hosted poetry open mics. I mean, I don't know. I'm accusing this guy of, you know, I don't know. I don't know what his life is about. He said he lived on some kind of commune or something in Guatemala. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty interesting energy to bring into the room and share that little piece of the world with us at the crossroads. You know, the thing about Manhattan, the East Village, being near Union Square, it really is the crossroads of the fucking world, actually. We're basically in the crossroads of the world. That open mic at KGB, you know, that's my goal. Is started talking about tantric sex cults in Guatemala. She started being maniac. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about this fucking dude at the open mic, okay? Just relax. You're out of your mind. Don't censor me. Don't censor me, okay? I will not be censored by Ashley, okay? I will not stand for that. Okay, fine. Good for you. I'm just talking about real life and society, okay? This is just how it works. All right, so don't you're overreacting. I don't even know what you're mad about, to be honest. I wouldn't even know. You just want attention because there's 7 people watching. You have to make. Don't be nasty on your birthday, okay? Let's not have some kind of Jerry Springer moment on your birthday. Ashley came to the open mic this week, and I've forgotten. One of the miracles of doing this is I've done it basically most of the open mics. I had to deal with Ashley the whole time while I was doing it. I had to deal with this. I'm hosting this thing. I got to juggle these people, and then Ashley's standing next to me being mean to people and being a pain in my ass. And so it's amazing that she hasn't torpedoed the whole thing. So yet she basically did. I mean, last October, that's one thing I've noticed. I've been sort of going back through the old posts and just checking. The captions are not that bad, to be honest. I think my captions are actually pretty good, considering and people really care about the captions. If you're not super positive, enthusiastic, nobody likes your post. It's so fucking stupid. People are cowards on Instagram. They're really fucking cowards. And the algorithm sucks. Fuck the algorithm. All the algorithm does is divide people and keep people away from each other. Someone is knocking on your door because you're screaming. So stop screaming. You're being a maniac. So yeah, see, this is why I'm like trapped with Ashley, because she threatens me in this way. With these psychotic episodes. And what do I look insensitive? It's like she's playing possum here. She's like she's trolling or whatever. She's trying to provoke and get sympathy. It's like, just relax. I don't even know what you're mad about. We've moved on. We've already moved on, okay? We're not talking about that anymore. Let me just pontificate about whatever the fuck I want to pontificate about, okay? You obviously, if you can't handle the live stream, then don't tune in. You've been saying that you've been going to go to bed for the last fucking half an hour. Just go to sleep. I don't care what happened. It's none of my fucking business. Oh, Ashley, that is your problem. You're being nuts. It's not my problem that you're screaming, because I'm talking about open mics on my fucking live stream. Okay? I have to give my State of the Union address. Okay? I have to give my weekly fireside chat where we lay out the plans for how this shit's going to go forward. I don't know. Does anybody even watch anymore? I'm a has-been. I'm washed up. I don't have any influence anymore. People, I mean, we wrote the template for people. We gave them the template, and they took it and ran with it. Okay, love you, Ashley. Just relax. Everything is fine. I'll see you tomorrow. I cannot wait. We can't wait for Ashley's birthday. We can't wait for her to be a psycho and threaten and emotional blackmail. It's all so much fun. It's all great. We love the Jerry Springer show. That never ends. This book is pretty dope. I gotta say, I'm ready to release it as it is. I think this is gonna be a $20, I think, purchase for people. If I could get 50 copies for $500, if I sell them for $20, that's $1,000 profit. Ashley, You're being nuts. I don't care if your neighbor calls the cops or not. It's got nothing to do with me. You're being insane. I don't even know what you want me to do. Is this like the Taylor Swift concert? I have to cancel my concert because Ashley's threatening me? Ashley's just ISIS in this situation. Ashley's terrorist. She's phoning in emotional terrorism here. She's saying you have to cut your live stream because my neighbors are going to call the cops. Who cares about that? I'm not talking about any of those people, all right? Ashley is, yes, Ashley is my, okay? Ashley, you are daddy's, okay? So just relax. You've got nothing to worry about. Please just go to sleep. Please just, for the love of God, just leave the chat peacefully and relax. I'm not going to be on that much longer. I don't know why there's 7 people watching. I wish they would have been tuning in earlier, but they can go back and start from the beginning. But thank you for watching. I don't mean to discourage anybody. If you haven't subscribed yet, please like and subscribe. Why is there a delay between my laptop and my YouTube app on my TV? I don't know why. Probably fucking LAN party speeds or something. There's a rip in the space-time continuum. Somebody get over at Bruce Holliday's house in Red Bank, New Jersey, and help him out with his YouTube. He's a boomer. He's our favorite boomer. We got a boomer in the chat, everybody. He's part of the community. He's part of the Scenes from a Life family here. He was one of the OG. You know, when I'm the Justin Bieber of middle-aged live streamers. Who's that guy, Dan Soder? I'd like to be Dan Soder level famous. That would be sweet. It'd be sweet to be able to go on tour and sell out theaters and go to Europe. My fans in Europe, you know, 2/3 of my fans are in Europe. I should be on tour in Europe right now, god damn it. But no, I'm here. I'm delivering quality and value to my fans live from Midwood Studios. And I just can't quit because I got 7 people watching, so we're just going to keep rolling, even though this is really fucking with my circadian rhythm. This is fucking up my circadian clock big time. But that's my dedication to the fans, and we're fighting for every view and for every second of watch time. It's all about watch time, watch time, watch time. And that's the secret you know, modus operandi behind these live streams. You get tons of watch time because they go on for hours and hours and hours. And you get, if I get 7 people watching, then they feel like they're part of something exciting because they're not the only one watching. And then maybe I'll get 10 if I really keep streaming my ass off and I really am brilliant and on, then maybe I'll get 10 people. Gonna make it. Come on, I gotta get to 10 people. I gotta be really exciting and get to 10 people. No, let's not talk about that right now. Do not talk about this right now, okay? We're not going to go into this right now. You just go to sleep now, okay? I'm really trying to build on this success. I really got to build on this momentum I got going here. This is very, very exciting for me. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I've got 7 people watching. If I was like outside doing this, it'd be like creepy and scary. It'd be like, oh, there's 7 people watching me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Why do I have such night owls? Is this different time zones or something? Or like, is it all the stand-up comedians are just getting home from their open mic and their late night and their pizza? And are all the open micers just now getting home? All my open mic nation? Where's my open mic nation? I love open mics. I think they're the greatest. I did not get my tooth fixed yet now. Although I've been feeling more positive about it because I realized this tooth on the right is not actually a fucked up. My back tooth I think is actually okay. I think I just got a deeper cavity in the root one in front of it, which I'm fine with because that tooth was already fucked. But I think the one behind it is actually fine. So I'm actually kind of psyched about that. But this one is the real problem. This is the one I've got to get. Ashley, why are you flipping out? Because I mentioned something about open mics. You're like freaking out. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's really ridiculous and unfair. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Nobody said anything about hotness or anything like that. I didn't say anything about hotness. It's got nothing to do with that. All it has to do with is creating buzz, creating a culture, creating a local audience and community. And it's spider webs. It's not just one thing. I'm not talking about people in fucking Brooklyn, okay? That's just one part of it, okay? It goes everywhere. I think that's what's part of it exciting about being in New York is the literary spider web is just like tremendous. It's huge. It includes all these different universities. You're being insane. All I'm doing is speculating and talking about, you know, this is just unfair. You're drunk and, you know, you're being abusive because you're drunk. And it's your birthday, you know, so you can be a hot mess because you're just turning 24 and that's what you do. When I turned 24, I puked in a Rachel Ray crock pot. And it ended my brother's friendship with this person. He lived with this guy and his wife, and they hated him because I puked in her Rachel Ray crock pot that they got for their wedding. And that's just consumerist. And take the nitrous if you get a root canal, says Bruce Holiday. Like Kanye, am I going to get addicted to the nitrous? I mean, why? Why do you say that? Thank you for caring about my tooth, by the way. I think I probably do need a root canal, I would guess. Ashley, we're not talking about that right now, okay? We're not going to talk about San Francisco right now, okay? So don't bother me while I've got 9 people watching. Dude, people just like the drama. They like seeing the fighting. Please, I will bug drunk. You're abusive drunk. This is like Alec Baldwin. You're behaving like Alec Baldwin here, okay? You're being very Baldwin-esque. That's not cool in my book, okay? I don't need an abusive... That line I had in my poem about my toxic, abusive, possessive boyfriend, Ashley. It's funny because it's true. See what the fuck happens, okay? Please do not mention anything in the live stream chat, okay? I do not need that in my live stream record. I'm just trying to connect with my fans and my online community and my family. YouTube really, I think you have to stream for fucking 2 hours before they start to feed you viewers. They literally will not put people onto you until you go for 2 hours. That's like the minimum. They want you to do your time like truckers doing your log. You got to do your log. Oh my God, I've got 11 people watching. How is this possible? I've had 2. Gas helps with pain. Okay, Bruce Holiday. What's so bad about it? You know, I've been to the dentist a number of times, and I've had fucking, you know, I've had the dentist stab me and, you know, drill me, and I've had really bad toothache. You know, I've had bad tooth pain. And so I don't necessarily think it's something that I'm not prepared for, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure a root canal is painful, but like, maybe I'm being naive. Maybe I'm being naive. I mean, that's part of the reason why I haven't done it yet. Because I'm like afraid that they're going to make it worse. You know, like Eugene O'Neill. He went to the fucking dentist and it fucked up his whole life, I guess. Because the dentist fucked him up. And it's like, I'd rather just, you know, to be honest, I don't know. It's, Ashley, what do you want from me? Huh? You're being insane. Go to sleep. Good night. I'm going to get off pretty soon, okay? So there's no reason for you to do this. I guess you're going to do this for the next 20 minutes until I stop. So the thing with Ashley is it's like I have a kid on my leg at all times. It's like I'm dragging a person with me at all through every fucking thing I do. This Gong Show last weekend. She did the whole fucking time at the Gong Show. Before I go up, it's just Ashley's just like complaining in my ear the whole time about, oh, we left the drift party too early. I should take an Uber back. It's like, I'm about to fucking go on. Like, Leave me alone. You are such a pain in my ass. It's absolutely insane. I'm not talking to you right now, okay? It's not happening. You need to go to sleep, okay? I'm in the middle of something. We're not talking on the phone. You're hearing my voice in the goddamn live stream. No, you're not doing it right now. When I'm done with my live stream, okay, then we can do a little chat for 2 seconds, but not until I'm done, okay? So please stop bombarding. I need a moderator. Can Bruce Holiday be a fucking moderator for me? He cares about my teeth. Bruce Holiday, are you a dentist? I hope your fucking super does call the cops. I hope they put you in fucking jail. Put Ashley in jail for a long time. Lock her up. Lock her the fuck up. I know she's not gonna like that. I know she's definitely not gonna like that. Oh, this is so obnoxious. Ashley, you are you're incorrigible. I need an IRL block. Ashley, just go back to San Francisco. You need to go home. You need to go be with your family. You graduated college. It's time for you to go back be with your family. I don't want you dead. I just want you to go live your life and let me live my life because this is ridiculous. You know, to do it with you literally stopping every single thing I try to do. You try to sabotage every single thing I try to do. And it's absolutely unfair and abusive. And it's ridiculous that you're bringing this into the internet. You know, I communicate this to you regularly. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You don't really listen or care. You just want what you want. But, okay. In any case, now all these people seeing our dirty laundry. It's like, who's afraid of Virginia Woolf on this fucking live stream? Look how young I looked. I looked so young. The shape of my face was so completely different. I had this beautiful, like, I was like a flower. And now I'm like this jowly, puffy. It's inflammation. I've got a puffy face now. I've got big, puffy eyes, and I need to get a root canal. Well, okay, here's one reason why I haven't gone is because I've got United Healthcare Plus, which nobody takes. I don't know why, but apparently they're like the worst form of Medicaid. So nobody will take my insurance. And I can't change my insurance for like 9 months after November or something. So I'm kind of stuck in this place where it's like I don't have insurance to go to the dentist, but I cannot change my insurance because I'm like in this fucking Medicaid period where I can't change it. So it's like I've got this insurance that's like useless. And actually, I'm not calling you right now, okay? There's no way that's happening. There's absolutely no way that's happening. Is that why people are watching? Because they want to see this sensationalistic cliffhanger? There's like this cliffhanger that's going on in the comments. Can more people comment? I don't even know this person. This is a prank caller. I don't even know them. I don't even know this person. They're just spamming my comments. Can we get a moderator in here? Just, can we ban this person from the comments? They're being obnoxious. they're discouraging other people from from wanting to comment or to watch. God damn it, Ashley. You can't even type anything. I will call you when I'm done with the stream. I've got 10 people watching. I need to, you know, deliver quality and value for my fans and my community, my online community. We're continuously bringing value to you as a follower, subscriber, disciple, whatever you want to call it, true believer. I'm the Tony Robbins of poetry, okay? I'm a self-help guru of art. Look, you start your own open mic. You start your own zine. You start your own. The gas is not covered by insurance. I had to pay it out of pocket. It's not covered by Medicaid. See, that's one of the most fucked up things about this dental thing. It's like the Novocaine is extra. How fucking sadistic is that? That tells you everything you need to know about America and capitalism. It's like, oh, do you not want to be in incredible pain? It's gonna cost you. You have to be a part of the you have to play ball with capitalism. You have to go out and make as much money as you fucking possibly can, or you are just gonna suffer. You know, you're gonna suffer incredibly. You're gonna be living with teeth problems, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what did they call it? They called it um, your teeth are like a luxury bone. You know, it's like maybe to be able to have good teeth. Kanye apparently is like hooked on laughing gas. He's got some doctor that's extorting him and exploiting him by keeping him. Call me or else. Ashley is always making these kind of threats and ultimatums. I will call you soon. I'm going to get off soon, okay? I'm going to get off at 3 a.m. I'm literally going to do 10 more minutes. And then I will call you. I will be with you in a while. As Ricky Roma says, I will be with you in a while. I'm with a client. Always be closing. Always be closing, okay? You're going to rot in jail. Don't say that. Do not say that. I'm telling my mom and the cops. What are you going to tell your mom? What are you telling your mom? Okay? There's nothing you could possibly tell your mom because I did not do anything illegal. Okay? I'm innocent. I'm innocent like fucking Snoop Dogg, okay? Do not make fucking threats to me on the internet, okay? Absolutely not. Do not make threats to me. Just let me fucking do my last 10 minutes. I don't know. The viewers love this. They love the fucking drama. No, this is scary to people. They love, I don't know. What do people think in the comments? We're taking a poll. Are they pro? Are they pro fighting? I'm not going to go to jail. Do not say that. Absolutely do not say that, okay? Don't say that to me. I'm serious, okay? That is incredibly fucked up. I'm not letting you die. I'm not letting you die. You're being insane. I'm going to call you in 10 minutes. Oh, God. Can we use this as an exhibit in the court of law? This is like the cable guy. I'm being attacked, and she's making it look like I'm the one that's attacking her. You have to go back and clip the last 10 minutes of this. This has turned into some kind of unintended. Okay. I don't know what to fucking clip. Apparently, you need context. Everything needs context on the internet. You have to tell the audience what the context is, what the fuck is going on. They need to know what the context is. I don't know. I don't give any context on anything. You have to watch my live streams to get the context. There was a point where every time you looked at the camera, she would pop up on the video behind you like she was hijacking your TV. Oh my God. She has hijacked my fucking TV. You're not dying. She disappeared. Wow. I'm crying, okay? Ashley, you don't understand, okay? I grew up in the 1900s. Whiny little crybabies, okay? They just told whiny little crybabies that, like, look, I'll give you something to cry about. That's a line they used to tell us back in the 1900s. Now Adam S. is, what's up, Adam S. in the house? My man, Adam S. Remember in the 1900s when they used to tell us, hey, You better stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. That's a pretty good thing to cry about, really. Being told, you better shut the hell up or I'll give you something to cry about. You're not calling the cops. You're not calling the fucking cops, Ashley. Don't be insane. You cannot swat me. I am going to be done in 10 minutes, Ashley. You need to chill the hell out for 10 minutes, and then I will call you. There's absolutely no reason for you to even be upset. Okay? I didn't even mention any specific names or anything. You're just like jumping to fucking conclusions about specific people and your own imagination. Ashley is Sirio. She is Sirio. Yeah, Ashley needs to do stand up too. She's funny. Aubrey Plaza energy. Ashley, people do tell Ashley that she's got Aubrey Plaza energy pretty regularly. I don't know why. I don't know why they encourage her. I've always been told there you go. Now Ashley's Adam S, can you talk some sense into her? Give her more compliments so she'll chill the fuck out. Just make it about her. Just talk about oh no. Just talk about just say nice things about Ashley. Just say nice things about Ashley. And things will be okay. Chill out. Chill out. Yikes. Oh my god. The internet is just it's like the Morton Downey Jr. show. The internet is just a cesspool. It's just an emotional cesspool. It's a mean-spirited place. It's where all the ugliness comes out. All the ugliness comes out on the internet. All the social pressure, all the competition, the competitiveness of New York. There's just so many people in New York, and there's so much social, capital to go around. Ashley, you are just being a fiction writer. You're a fiction writer, okay? You got your MFA in fiction from Columbia University, okay? You're writing a little short story in the comments. It's not real. It's just your little exaggerated scenario. It's just captions on the little comic book of what I'm supposed to imagine is going on with you. You need to relax, okay? It's 2:48. I'm going to go off at 3 a.m., okay? I'm going to go off at 3 a.m. So just breathe into a paper bag. This is making for great television, okay? People would love. I've got 12 viewers. My ratings have never been higher. This is the highest ratings I've ever had. My ratings are through the roof for the Ashley cliffhanger drama. I will call you soon, okay? I'm calling you very soon. I've got 10% battery. Your neighbor came to your apartment. Look, that's you, Ashley. It's you. Look at you. You're on TV. You can just breathe. Just breathe. You're screaming. You don't understand. You can't just do this scream that you do. It's really scary, and it really gives people the impression like something violent is happening to you. And that's really not fair because you really just throw it around like it's very irresponsible. You just start screaming. You've done this around me a number of times, and it's really not fair because there's nothing that I do that is warranted. And so as you grow into adulthood and you mature as a human being, this is something that like a little child does. Like a little child throws a tantrum. and start screaming, you can't do that. You can't do that. Your neighbors are going to think that crazy shit is happening. I haven't read Mayor McDougal Street. I'd like to. That's Dave Van Ronk's autobiography. Tell us about Dave Van Ronk. Did you know Dave Van Ronk? Maybe I'm the millennial Dave Van Ronk. I feel like the mayor of East 4th Street, the mayor of East West 4th Street. The loser, the washed up has been, game show host, Wink Martindale. I'm the Chuck Woolery of open mic poetry. The Merv Griffin behind Easy Paradise. I don't know. It's all. I don't know why open mics are the move for everybody. You know, I guess because it's a way to meet people. You know, it's just like you draw people in because you never know who's going to come out to show themselves. And I think people are excited to do that now for some reason. Chuck Woolery kicked ass. You know, the internet has encouraged people to be creative and be seen, be performing artists. And the open mic is the real life TikTok. It's the real life Instagram reel. Ashley, do not call the cops and do not scream. There's no reason for that. And stop threatening me, for Christ's sake. Or we'll have you permanently banned from the fucking chat. I swear to God. I am going to go in my community guidelines. I'm going to figure out how to get moderators. I am going to do that. After this insanity, I am going to do that. I'm going to go on the community guidelines, and I am going to figure out how to get moderators, and we are going to ban you from the fucking chat, okay? Because this is insanity. You absolutely have to stop this. You should have gone to bed an hour. My phone is going to die. And then I'll be happy because you won't be able to threaten me anymore. Okay? The whole last quarter of my fucking live stream is just this Abbott and Costello routine that we're doing that apparently is hilarious. To Peter Shankman, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I've only got 4 likes. We've got 30 people watching. Please like and subscribe. This stream is nothing without Ashley. That's right. Ashley is the straight. I have to have something to play off of. I have to have something attacking me. It's like something running at me at all times, and I just have to do damage control. Like this, young, vulnerable-looking lady is screaming and claiming that I've done something wrong because I'm talking about open mics. Oh my God, God forbid I started talking about open mics on my fucking live stream. See, it's like this is my business and Ashley has completely fucked it up because of shit like this. She doesn't want me to have any life. I'm the unfortunate victim of Ashley's obsession. And it's just like she just has to control me and she doesn't want me to have any other life because it threatens her and her fear is that, I will choose somebody else or something. And God damn it. Let's talk about something else. We'll talk about Vigilante Justice. All right, we're wrapping up, everybody. We're coming to the end. Check out my new book, Vigilante Justice, from Rodcore. I designed the cover myself. Not that anybody gives a shit. People hate my shitty drawings. City Life coming soon from Rodcore International. I don't know if I don't really have any readings coming up, Nothing on the books, really. I need to set something up. I tried to set up my telethon. I might just do it here. I'm probably going to do the Labor Day telethon on YouTube, and I might just do it downstairs and invite people to perform here on YouTube in the downstairs. and do full sets. You know, they can do as long as they want because it's like we'll just stream it on YouTube for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. We'll do a true telethon. You know, we'll do 6 or 8 or 10 hours. And it'll be a complete threat to Ashley. It'll completely. You know, my live streams, it's just all Ashley, Ashley, Ashley. Ashley gets so much FaceTime. You know, there's nobody else even in the fucking thing. Ashley's naked in the most recent live stream. She wanted that. She insisted. So anyway, thank you for watching. Go back, watch the episodes from the beginning. It's 10 years. I've been vlogging for 10 fucking years. Vlogging my dick off. Vlogging hard. We're going to break through. I think we're going to break through and people are going to reevaluate. They're going to go back. They're going to watch all the old vlogs. Ashley will be a part of it. The adventure continues. Ashley's quite a character. Thank you for watching, Adam S. Are you at work? Am I in your pocket right now? Adam S is a real one. One of my true friends. Are you on Instagram, Adam S? I passed 1,000 Instagram subscribers. Or followers or whatever. Which is kind of crazy because I really don't use it. I don't use my personal fucking Instagram like ever. I really never post. I almost never. I do stories occasionally. Depending on what I'm, you know, it's all just a big self-promotion. Adam S. watching from home. All right. Thank you for watching. The streams. The streams of consciousness. Adam S. has 0 social media presence. Good for you. Good job. That's not easy. He just made out with, who was it? Melissa Villasenor? That's pretty good. Not bad. Happy birthday, Ashley. I'm not... Okay, well, we'll do that, okay. I'll come on here with a YouTube channel. More and more people are starting YouTube channels. Yeah, I don't do it. I don't really post that much on Instagram. Melissa Villasenor tasted like cigarettes. That's always disappointing, to be honest. When people taste like cigarettes, it's fucking gross. It's not a good flavor. All right, what time is it now? Ashley, will you let me know when it's 3 a.m.? My show, I'm live till 3 a.m. That's my block. What a day. I mean, did we really even talk about anything? I feel like I didn't really talk about anything. I feel like I just argued with Ashley. I just tried to wade through the Ashley bullshit. I just tried to machete through the thatch of Ashley headwind, just attacking me, holding me back. But it's important because Ashley is an important new voice in America. She's the voice of Gen Z. Voice of a generation. All right, is it 3 a.m. yet? I'm not sure. It was just 12:55. I don't think it's 3 a.m. yet. It's 2:59 according to the chat. It's 2:59. Now it's 3. Okay, now it's 3. Okay. Can I do the call live on the air? Call me now and we'll do it live. Call me right now. Call me. We'll do it live. We'll do a call-in show. I want to see if I can do a call while I'm on the air. I think the viewers will. Ashley, you call me